Blessings on me, blessings on me. Everywhere I go, there'll be. Everywhere I go, there'll be blessings on me, blessings on me. Everywhere I go, there'll be. Everywhere I go, I can feel it. I can feel it. See His blessings all around me in every season, and I'm more than grateful. In the good times, in the bad times, oh, I count them, 'cause I know they're never stopping, and I know God is for me. His love all around me. He gives me more than I need. He makes my life oh so sweet. He makes my heart feel so free. Yeah. Blessings on me, blessings on me. Everywhere I go, there'll be. Everywhere I go, there'll be. Blessings on me, blessings on me. Everywhere I go, there'll be. Everywhere I go, I can feel it. I can feel it. I can see your blessings, and everything I do is like I'm special, yeah. You're the one that I run to when it's ghetto, yeah. I can see your blessings, but you take my life and make it better, yeah. Never giving me more than I can handle, but still providing every one of my needs. And I'm living in your blessings, covered in your holy, no more stressing, yeah. On you I have dependent, sticking to your word, so I live in your blessings. Blessings on me, blessings on me. Everywhere I go, there'll be. Everywhere I go, there'll be. Blessings on me, blessings on me. Everywhere I go, there'll be. Everywhere I go, I can feel it. Blessings and blessings and blessings on me. Blessings on blessings on me. I can
Praise dancing. It's the intramurals of dancing. Anybody can do it. It's the only dance team where there can be a 7-year-old and a 47-year-old. Same team, no auditions, just... They dressed in the clothes that Jesus was resurrected in. It's flowy, but cut. Well, they just kind of dance the lyrics of the song. Like they don't, there's no skill. You know that's what it, in the corners of my mind, I just can't seem to find a reason to believe that I can break free. As you see, I have been down for so long.
The other part that I want to say as an answer to you is, as you begin to find your way of working and you bump into something, you go, I can't make this work. Be gentle with yourself. Larry, I keep quoting Larry Moss because I studied with him for 14 years, and he's quite brilliant. You don't yell at a bud because it isn't a flower yet. It's gonna be a flower, but it opens when it's time for it to open. If you're working on something that is beyond your ability at the moment, it doesn't mean it will be beyond your ability in a month, but at the moment, it's gonna frustrate the hell out of you. Acknowledge it and go, I'm not getting this. I'm not achieving what I want to achieve right now. Tomorrow. I'll make another choice tomorrow. I'll look at one of these elements another way. or I need to go out and observe something that is this in life and see if I can learn something.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Message.
I'm a boy. You are not in prison anymore. Country got you crazy. Okay, 3, 5, 7.
Boom.
Hold up, tank.
Come on, Clean. Come on.
She's your queen to be.
You gon' eat your cornbread.
Oh, my neck, my back, my neck and my back.
Hated it.
He's a good man, Savannah.
Hey, that's the big like I used to do.
Break yourself, fool. He got some cutting last night.
You gotta go to work on Myra's feet. Ron. You raggedy. What does GDD stand for? Got the draws, okay?
I'm about to go rilla. Yeah. It's kind of beastie. IG. IG. Yeah. IG. Let me talk to him real quick. Okay, I'm from the K, that's in the middle of the map, fella. Certified bread state, vicious with them slaps, fella. Jokers pop the same noise, I'm on something different. They tryna work a hustle, but I treat this like a mission, burning booze swiftly. You got 16s, well good for you, got 32s with me. You got a circle, whoop-de-doo, I got a crew with me. A unit full of gorillas, it's the new 50. It's not a thing you can do with me, but fall back while I'm counting my load of blessings. Don't need insurance women to tell me the flow progressive. I know it's so depressing, cause you love it if I lose it. But I know when all these ducks piling up, it's kinda bruising to your precious little ego. I ain't playing around, the opposite of the ground that is mine like a seagull.
Hold up, wait.
The sky's what I mean though, invisible for now, but in a minute you gon' see though.
King Kong had a microphone, bouncing to a metronome. Private sound, something like this, like this. We've been grinding for the years, we're respecting months of peers, but we still can't get no love around here. What we do? Go Rilla, 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 go Rilla,
A gorilla, that gorilla than the rest. The snare is saying get it, I can feel it in my chest. The kick telling me sick, I'm turn these doubters into victims. Actions speak louder than rumors, I just laugh at all that mess. First they love you, then they hate you, me no worry, me no envy. I got G-O-D beside me, so I'm in my Z-O-N-E. Gotta let these busters know that every time he bust a flow, it's guaranteed to knock them on the Maximus like Russell Crowe. Yo, the iron's hot and I'm feeling crispy. Guess it's time to pop sample crackle. Spitting truth to these congregations. Now they yelling church tabernacle, amen. Pay no mind to what they saying. This ain't nothing, no debating. Brought heat from the underground, time to give the mainstream the thunder sound. Oh, okay, see, I ball and then repeat it. Shorties label me official, cause I call it like I see it. The DJ can't hear replay, but the rule is still the same. That boy Holler's still a Christian, but he known to let it bang.
If King Kong had a microphone, bouncing to a metronome. Private sound, something like this, like this. We've been grinding for the years, we're respecting months of peers, but we still can't get no love around here. What we do? Go Rilla, 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 go Rilla. If King Kong had a microphone, bouncing to a metronome. Private sound, something like this, like this. We've been grinding for the years, we're respecting months of peers, but we still can't get no love around here. What we do? Go Rilla, 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 go Rilla.
Blessings falling down on me. It keeps bringing me joy. Each new blessing I receive
Blessing to coming in front of me. Coming in front. I'm in the cup with the bag on me. How you feel? Like I got my piece in this heavenly? Yes. We not the same. Keeping the fake up in me. You know. Yeah. I gotta go. I'm in the lead. Yeah. No checking the scope. Plain to see. You reap what you sow. You cannot face me. I gotta say this life is amazing. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Time he saved my life. Coming with that talk. Please don't kill my vibe. Shorty got that walk. She know what I like. With the gang and it's so shy, yeah. Okay. I'm in the still, I got the truth. Look at the pedigree. Okay. I never lose when I'm on the move. I'm leaning on the G. Okay. Dipped in the water, only the Father coming in clutch for me. Coming in clutch, coming in clutch, coming in, yeah.
Blessings falling down on me. It keeps bringing me joy. Each blessing I receive.
Yeah, you problems I avoid. Why would I give up my core? Belief in you gon' change my world. Make me feel like I'm the world. You, well, maybe I'm not sure. Just make me your little vessel. I won't wrestle with you, Lord. I got all these blessings, man, and I'm gon' need a new umbrella. We don't do that stressing, baby. Faith gon' work in any weather. Once I gave him all of me, I just hit the Hall of Fame. We take Jesus over shame. Got no limits, but he not damn. They say no, I'm still the same. Yeah, I got a lot to prove. Fill my life with room. Here I got that tune. Yes, I couldn't help it, my confession. Tell him I'm about to bloom. He wrote me up from the womb. Blessings coming soon.
Blessings falling down on me. It keeps bringing me joy. Each new blessing I receive.
Yo, good morning. What's up, family? Zeke Live in the Morning begins not now, but right now. Hey, y'all, good morning. Glad to see y'all. Happy Monday morning to everybody. Hope everybody is doing all right. Hope y'all have enjoyed your weekend. Had a really good weekend. Man, I had a really busy weekend. If you probably see it in my eyes, so you probably hear it in my voice, you probably just see it on my face. Long weekend, just a really long weekend, but a really good weekend. So to everybody, man, thank y'all so much for locking in with us on this Monday morning after the weekends I'm sure y'all had. It's a great way to start your day. Zeke Live in the Morning. I say it every day. It's not going to be said when it's no longer true. So as long as it's true, I'll keep on saying it. This is a great way to start your day. And again, I appreciate each of y'all for waking up in the morning and choosing to spend your day with us. Of course, I'm your host, Zeke Locke, and we've got other hosts, my other friends, my homies. We got Eric and Rich and Rhonda, and I tell y'all what, we have a good time over here, and we're glad that y'all have decided to have a good time with us. So let's dive into it, man. Like I said, it was a long weekend. I don't know how you guys' weekend went, or what you guys had going on this weekend. But man, it was hot here in Chicago. And when I say it was hot here in Chicago, I mean it was hot. So Saturday, let's see, well, Friday, I told y'all what I was doing Friday. I got off the show after y'all talked about me for looking like Freakazoid, because my hair was all wild. You know, yeah, y'all remember, because I didn't feel like doing my hair, because I told y'all I was planning on going to the beach. I did just that. I had to go into the office. I worked like half a day Friday, and then went into my mother-in-law came up. You know, while I was at the office, my mother-in-law came up here. My wife actually put a really cool video together I think it's on her TikTok. I want to say her TikTok, her Instagram, her YouTube, something. But my mother-in-law came up. She came beach ready. She came in a swimsuit and everything. And so we drove out to one of my favorite beaches. Is in Indiana, actually. So we drove out there and just watched the sunset, like on the beach. And that was the first time, y'all. Listen, y'all. That was the first time I swam all summer long. Literally, that was the first time I got in the water, in the lake, and actually took a swim all summer long. Y'all know I've only had a chance to get to the beach a couple times, and I say it all the time. I love the beach. That is my happy place. That is my, that's my go-to. You know what I mean? Like that's my thing. So this summer it out to where I could go to the beach a whole lot. Anyways, I have been to the beach a few times, and the few times that I've been, for whatever reason, I didn't get in the water, whether it be that it was just a random trip that we just stopped by the beach. And so I didn't have any swim trunks. So we was just sitting out there looking. Or if it had been the fact that when I had that sty on my eye, y'all remember, was it this eye? Yeah, it was this eye. Y'all remember I had that sty? Y'all remember that? Oh boy, what a time. Yeah, that big old, and everybody was talking about my eye. Y'all be talking about me a lot. I just realized that y'all do a whole lot of talking about me, Lock Stars. It's all good. I love you anyways. Yeah, so I had that sty, and I just figured it wasn't a good idea, to get in the lake and go swimming with a sty on your eye. So I didn't go. So we took some trips to the beach where I'm looking at the water. I wanted to get in the water, and I couldn't get in the water. But yesterday, oh my God, Friday. Days running together. On Friday, we went to the beach and I just swam. And listen, the water was so perfect. It was so serene. It was so calm and so still that literally, like, swimming out there was just exactly what I needed, man. It was a dream. And I tell you, you've not swam in the water until you swam in a sunset. I don't know how to really describe the feeling of like swimming into like a sun ray. I don't really know how to describe the feeling of that, especially when the water is calm and it's just a good vibe and just good energy. Man, you listen, if you haven't done anything like that, I would tell you, go ahead and do that. Treat yourself. There's so many beaches like that are right here around us. If you're in Chicago area, the beaches are easy stuff, man. Like, it ain't the ocean. I get it. And the people, ain't no real beach because it ain't the ocean. Listen, a beach is a big body of water with a shoreline. And that's what we got all around Chicago by Lake Michigan, which, if you've never seen one of the Great Lakes, then you don't really understand when we say swimming on the lake is a whole thing. Like, it's not like your local lake, you're in Oakland, Lake Merritt, or, some other lake. It's not like a regular, it's like being on the sea. It's like there's seas. The only reason they're not classified as seas, if I'm not mistaken, I've read this somewhere, and I might be wrong, but I think the only reason they're not classified as seas is because they're fresh water. And so because of that, but they're so large. Like Lake Michigan is the third largest of the Great Lakes. Huge lake. I mean, just a huge lake. It's like one of the top 5 lake sizes, like, lakes in the world, like as far as size. So it's huge if you've never been there. If you've never seen it, it's like swimming on an ocean outside of the salt water. So being out there and it being calm, that just filled my heart with so much joy, so much glee. So that was my Friday. It was hot. It was beautiful. But then I had to be up so early on Saturday because we did the Bud Billiken Day Parade. And listen, the Bud is that's a really, really huge deal here in Chicago, in Black Chicago, South Side of Chicago. Really huge deal. This was I want to say like 96 or something like that one. And so I was with Live Free, and we did some marching out there in the parade. I wish I had pictures and videos to load up, but I don't be preparing that well. Yeah, so we marched out there, and when I tell y'all it was hot, listen, we was slot 101 out of like 300. Hold on, I think I got to sneeze. Maybe not. Okay. We were cart 101 out of like maybe 300 or something like that, 300 something odd different floats. And so we had to be out there at like 7:30 in the morning or 7:45, something like that. I got out there early, got out there on time, was out there early. We didn't get moving. Our parade float. I mean, the parade was already going. Like, by the time we got moving real good, they had already stopped the live broadcast, and they were live broadcasting for 2 hours. Like, that's how long. Like, we weren't even moving yet. We're watching the live broadcast on the phone, We weren't even moving yet. We're just sitting around in the hot sun. And y'all, it was like 100 degrees. I think they said it hit like 97, but the heat index was like one something odd, whatever it was. And the sun was just beating directly down on us. And we were standing on King Drive, so in the middle of the street. So there's no shade, there's no cover, by the time we got done walking, it was a 2.5 mile parade. So by the time we got done marching down King Drive, I was we were so heat exhausted. And the crazy part is, by the time we got to the end part, the destination where all the tables and the tents and everything were, the parade was like, they were cleaning up by then. They were because we only went till 4 o'clock. So they were telling us it was time to go home. We had just sat down to eat. So we had to get right back up, fight traffic to get on an Uber to get back to our car. So Saturday was tough, man. Good day. Got to meet a lot of people. I had a microphone, so that's another reason you can hear it in my voice. I had a microphone on my ear. They gave me one of those Michael Jackson microphones, the ones that go over your ear with the all of that. So anyways, I had one of them on, and I talked for 2.5 hours on the microphone, really longer than that, because I was hyping us up, leading into the parade. So shout out to everybody who came out to the Bud, and all those who marched with us, all those who marched with Live Free, all those who did it with us, because that was a tough work, but it's good work that we do. And so that's why that's what we do. So that's what we do. And I don't know, it was just hot. That's all I got for you. It was just hot that day. It was just hot. It was hot, and I felt it, man. In fact, I was afraid that I was actually dehydrated a little bit. Like, you don't realize how much water your body uses up until you are, in one of those moments. And so I was pretty dehydrated, that day. And so I had to drink up on water and all that. And it just, I don't know. And then of course, yesterday, Sunday, church was church. But then we had a meeting after church. It was just a lot going on this weekend. So this morning, I'm not saying all that to complain. I'm just kind of rehashing my weekend in front of y'all. But yeah, that's what this weekend was. It was just a lot. It was heavy lifting, a lot of heavy work, but it was good nonetheless. And that's just kind of where we at. We only got the rest of the summer, y'all. We only got the rest of the summer until it's fall, and then we got the whole fall. And you better really hold on to fall, because then you got winter after that. Them days start getting shorter. They already started getting shorter. Now every day is going to end before 8 o'clock. Now the sun sets before 8 o'clock every day now for the rest of the year till next year. So you got to enjoy. I think until next May, the end of next May. So you got to enjoy it while you got it. So if you need to get to the beach, then go ahead and get on to the beach. If you need to do a little bit of traveling, go ahead and do a little bit of traveling. If you need to, hey, listen, whatever it is, go ahead and do whatever it is that you need to do, because you only got the rest of the summer to do it, and so that's that. But like I said, shout out to everybody who came out with Live Free and marched in the parade with us. I know that was hard work. I know that was hot work, and you're probably still recovering from it. But what a great way to spend a Saturday. Just with meeting people, letting people know about the stuff we're doing, clean slate, all that. I was excited to be on the microphone for that. So, and I got to recover for a few days, and my sinuses are just, and yeah, okay, let me tell y'all this. Yesterday, my sinus and allergies just started acting up. Now, I went through the whole summer without crazy allergy issues. I mean, I got some days that were but since last night, it's just been, I don't know where that came from. So, y'all see me sniffling and sneezing, that's why. So, all right, y'all. Let's do this. Let me throw this on real quick so that I can give y'all a quick announcement. This Thursday, y'all have heard us talking about it. This Thursday, we've got that's not it. That's the Bud Billiken parade that just happened. This Thursday is Healing Voices, Singing Through the Trauma. That's on Thursday, not the 13th, the 14th, Thursday the 14th. That's this coming Thursday. At 114th and Vincennes, you can come on and be a part of Healing Voices. It's a good time. It's a time of community. It's a time of togetherness. This is, in fact, sponsored by the Community Healing Resource Center, one of those subsidiaries of Live Free Illinois. And so you can come on and be a part of that on Thursday night. Now, y'all make sure y'all mark this in your calendar. This Thursday morning, and I got to sort through this. But Thursday morning, I might not be here with y'all Thursday morning. I just might not be because I got another work thing I got to be at. So I might not. I gotta say it real loud for 3 days, so y'all, that you're invited. But on Thursday, this Thursday at 7:00 p.m., we end at 8:30. We'll be doing Healing Voices, and this is our Breathe week. We got Breathe and we got Build. This is Breathe week, so we'll just turn on some music. We'll have some music going. We'll be vibing out. You hear the track that's being played right now? We did this at the not the last one, the time before last. Yeah, y'all hear that? Yeah, y'all hear that vibe? Hey. Yeah, we did this at the Healing Voices the time before last. Rhonda wrote a verse to it. My wife wrote a rap verse to it. I was just kind of making the track, me and Phil. It was just a good vibe, and that's the same kind of energy we have going on this Thursday. So you are more than welcome. You are more than invited. It's a good time. It's a great time, and it's, like I said, a time of community. So if you've been dealing with any kind of stuff, whether it be bad stuff, good stuff, or you just indifferent, you don't care either way. At the end of the day, we all need family, we all need community, we all need friendships, and that's what Healing Voices is about. Except the only difference is we turn some music on and we just have a good time with the music. So get a chance to sing and do all of those things with the music and whatnot. So there you have it. That's what's going on this Thursday. Please mark that in your calendar. I want to see y'all there. And then put this down on your calendar just to save the date. We have an end of the summer bash that's going on. So we'll have some resources, a DJ, food and ice cream, all that kind of stuff. We're working on that. Even now, today, I got to work on that, putting some pieces together today. But mark the date in your calendar. There'll be an official flyer that's out this week, actually. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, so mark this date on you. It's a Sunday. That's on Sunday at 12 p.m. And then also that same day at APC, there'll be a joint service with a few other churches. Those churches have also decided to get involved with us. I'll announce those ones a little later when we put out the official announcement. But yes, that is going on. So mark that on your calendar. You're more than welcome to come. It's absolutely free. There is no charge to it. There'll be, like I said, food, music, resources, all that kind of stuff. No charge to it. The 31st of August. So go ahead, mark that on your calendar as well, because I want to see you there. And I'll just throw this one up there since I got it in front of my face. It just happens to be here, so I'll throw it up there. At the end of this month, we have another caretaker support group for the caregivers and the strong friends. So, we'll talk more about that as the month goes on. But if you think that you are someone who is dealing with the stress that it takes to take care of other people, whether that be taking care of your grandchildren because your children ain't there, whether that be taking care of a spouse who is, dealing with some issues, whether that be mental things such as dementia, or whether that just be physical things. They can't move around like they used to. Maybe you're dealing with an elderly parent. Maybe it's just the nature of your job, your CNA or something. The nature of your job is to take care of people. And just some people are just caretakers, or maybe you're not an official caretaker, but you're a strong friend. You're the one that everybody comes running to. You're the one that everybody is leaning on, but nobody really has stopped to check in with you. Nobody stopped to ask you how you're doing. This is the support group you need right here. Caretakers and strong friends. So that's the end of this month. We'll talk more about that when the time comes, but please make sure that you at least mark it on your calendars, because you're more than invited to come. And we had a bunch of people. We had I think we had 5 last time. Was it 6 or was it 5? It was one of those. 6 if you count me. So yeah, 5. It was 5. So we had that at the last one, which is a good support group. And then at Healing Voices, we had a decent number that was there. Actually, 2 of the people came back after the support group came back to Healing Voices. And that was really cool to see. So all that to say, y'all do me a favor, mark it on your calendar. All right, let's keep this thing moving. Let's keep this show rolling. Before we do anything else as well, I'm going to switch the track out one more time just because, why not? Why not? Put this one on. It's just vibey today. Like the music just feels vibey today, doesn't it? Hey, y'all, if you haven't done it already, I need y'all to do me a huge favor, though. I need y'all to subscribe. Y'all know where the information is right there. It's on Zeke Locke'd on YouTube, Zeke Locke'd on Facebook. And you can also follow us on IG, although we're no longer live on IG. We decided not to go live. It's just too many steps, too much work. Nobody got time for that first thing in the morning. So there you have it. On YouTube, follow us or subscribe to us and turn on your notifications so that you know that we are going live. And then, of course, on Facebook, you can catch up with us over there. Now, I will say I'm biased to the YouTube listening experience because YouTube is not so fickle. It doesn't shut down so quickly. Facebook, on the other hand, sometimes Facebook just turns us off. They just decide they don't like the song we're playing or something somebody said, and they just get rid of it. So YouTube is the better listening experience, and you can get on early and leave your comment so that you can become the first comment of the day. And speaking of, let's see. Speaking of comments, there it is right there. Your comments will show up here on the side. I've just now decided to go ahead and put it up on the screen so you guys can see each other. As you can see, the comment that just came across already from Miss Jamaica Lachey. And she's not the first comment of the day. Jamaica, you're the first comment on the screen, but you're not the first comment of the day. Go ahead and take that favor and that blessing you just walked into. Yes, I don't know. I don't know if that stands for anything. I don't know. Maybe one day that'll be something to brag about. But no jokes though. You guys can go ahead and throw your comments on the screen. Throw your comments in the comment chat. Please feel free to get involved with any conversations that we're having and say good morning. Y'all know my favorite part of the show is the morning shout out. And so, that's my favorite part of the show because they become morning affirmations, and we've been spending a lot of time with those. Like I said, because it's just what other thing do you need? What's more important than getting some affirmation and encouragement on a morning, in the morning time when you first get up? The way you start your day, hopefully, is the way you end your day, and even better would be the way you go through your day, as long as that is a good start to your day. And so that's why I say this is a great way to start your day. So if you haven't done so already, please do us a favor and say good morning. And I've been throwing it out here that two traditions have happened. If you haven't been with us in a while, if you haven't seen anything in a while, two traditions have happened over the course of the last 2 weeks. Some kind of way we started naming the days. Everybody started naming the days. What do I mean by naming the days? So today is Monday, so you might see Monday or Motivated Monday, or somebody might put in there more than enough Monday. I don't know, just all kinds of names like that. So that's a tradition that has happened organically over the course of the last 2 weeks. And I want to keep that going. So y'all go ahead and, you can name the day. That's cool. We'll put it in the lexicon of days that of titles that we had for today. I'm going to go ahead and throw out there Motivated Monday. I'm going to go ahead and throw that one out there. It's Motivated Monday. Yeah, I got to give it that. And then let's see here. The second tradition that has been happening organically, like I said, people have been doing more than just saying good morning, but they've been putting like affirmative words in the chat so that when people see that comment and hear that comment read to them, they're not just hearing good morning, but they're hearing good morning. You got this. You can do all that you can do all things. You can make everything happen. You believe you can fly, you can fly. Just all kinds of amazing words. And when you take those words on, I am a strong believer that you take on the right words, you'll live out the right way. You live out the right way, you'll have a right life. And so it starts with right words. So instead of waking up this morning complaining, we wake up and we speak words of affirmation upon ourselves and upon each other. So those are two traditions that have happened. So y'all do me a favor. Y'all go ahead and mark in the comments. I see some comments already coming up. Look at that right there. Y'all see them on the side right there in the lower left screen. All right, let's see here. Before we do any of that, let's do two things. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to say it in reverse order. The second thing I'm going to do is take a music break. That's the second thing I'm going to do. But before we do that, before we take that music break, we're going to bring up somebody to the stage who y'all haven't seen in a while, so I know y'all miss them. We're going to get a few minutes with them, but we'll take a music break, and then both of us will be right back. But it's my man, my dog, my homie, my brother, my friend, and y'all, somebody y'all miss so much. The one and only Mr. Eric Rideout.
You know, is that somebody's actually not happy I'm here. So
everybody's happy you're here.
You know, well, the comments will never reflect. You know, our name don't begin with an R. So until our first name begins with an R. But anyway, salutations to everybody. I hope.
And I already said it. You obsessed with her.
You know what I mean?
And I already said you obsessed with her. I don't know. You might be obsessed with her. My wife said you might be obsessed with her.
It's just a fact.
The girls are steaming up on you, dog.
Yeah, they always do it. But you know what? That's their admiration of me. And I understand it. Hope everybody had a good weekend. My weekend was, I don't even remember. Yeah, so it must have been great. I don't know what I did. To be honest with you, I was doing so much.
You had a hangover going on? Like, on the hangover, they forgot where everything was.
Oh, yeah. I watched, you know how the days bleed together some days. And so that's why I know it's like everything was like, what happened this weekend? And this week, I was supposed to travel for work. Well, I just found out last night that the flu I'm not saying this is my fault, but that rhino flu that I had, it was passed around to some of the coworkers. So people sick. So I was requesting not to come back until I get another test done, which means I'm home for the week working, so I'll be on the show every day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they weren't angry or anything like that. What happened was one of the manager's son had it. And she came to work the next day, and I worked with her. And a week later, I come back. I'm sick. I get there. Two of the other people I'm talking about were already sick when I got there. And so apparently, I caught it from them. We all caught it from each other. And you know, but I wasn't mad. I was like, oh, I can sit home for the week. I'm not angry at all. But my weekend ran together because I don't know if I binge watch. You know how you can binge watch stuff and you just lose track of the days.
Yeah.
And so, but it was a good weekend. I mean, man, no complaint. This is our, like, you know, in this business, music, this is our a busy period. A lot of tours happening, shows and stuff. But man, I don't have any complaints. Prayers for Nashawn, Bella, and her mom and her family. In the loss of her baby brother.
I'm trying to reach out to her again. But
yeah, Chicago, you gotta get better, man. You gotta get better. You know, man can't go get nothing to eat. What is he? 21, 22?
I don't know the age. You said he was 21 or 22.
He was young. He was our baby brother. It's a senseless gun violence.
I didn't know he was that young though.
He went to grab something to eat, and two guys just decided, we're gonna get him and kill him. It's crazy. So please pray for your family members and your friends when they go out. I'm not saying Nashawn and her family did not. I'm just saying it's a crazy situation where we live. So that's why today we have to uplift each other and keep each other motivated. And but I hate. Never mind. I ain't gonna say that. I would say I just hate the direction and the way the earth is and the planet is and the world is. But there's still God, and He's still in control of everything. We just have to trust Him to bring us through everything. So, all of you guys, man, thank you. Good morning, Brenda Rose. Thank you. Miss Makeup herself, the mom. Miss Sherry Staten, thank you. But they were sweet. They said good morning.
Yeah. Well, you said we got to pray for stuff. I'm gonna give you the live free answer after I just got done marching all day at the Bud. I'm gonna do all this marching in the hot heat.
We saw you too.
Who did?
Mika was there.
Oh wow. Okay. I know there's a lot of people that said they saw me, marching through. A couple people I saw, I got to hug and stuff. But I'm gonna tell all of y'all this, man. Y'all better be mindful of the things that this is maybe a little bit more macro for some people on a macro level, but your vote matters. Your advocacy matters, your organizing matter, like all of those things actually matter because some of the stuff that we deal with the violence and other stuff like that. You know, if we're not careful, you know, this is what I deal with some people. If they're not careful, they start to sink into this thing where it's like black people always do that, and I'd be like, stop saying black people do that. Like white people, we tearing stuff up just like black people do. Mexicans tear stuff up just like we like. Stop making that lazy, huh?
No offense to everybody, not everybody in the white community, but in history, who's been the most violent people? Us
Europeans. I'm just gonna say Europeans have done
thought of all the ways to torture, all that weird stuff and taking stuff. So y'all get off that black people attacked you.
Yeah. I mean,
you have our own cities. Remember Black Wall Street and Rosewood? Well, it wasn't Rosewood.
Yeah, Rosewood.
Yeah, how they had a booming community and
clean that whole city out. So that's what I'll be saying. Like, it's like if you dive into this lazy thing of, you know, because our communities do get the short end of the stick, and we do be tearing some stuff up. I ain't gonna sit up here and act like we don't. Like, y'all know we do. But my thing is, like, when people just be like, black people always do that, black people can't never have nothing because black people can, and it be black people who say that, but you got a white person say that, we're ready to fight.
How about this? When they did the looting situation, the news was so biased. You saw white folk breaking the windows and stuff, but the camera zoomed in on a bunch of us. The camera white guy, I'm like, oh no, get them. Yeah, that's who we want. The Negroes, get them. And I'm like, no, it's a blonde-haired woman right here with 2 TVs under her arm trying to run and stuff. So, you know, man, it's just we live in a country that we were brought to that's trying to erase us out before our eyes, and people sleep and don't see it. That's why you're voting, like you said, your advocacy, your voting, your voice matters.
Mm-hmm. Because that stuff ties into, when we talk about the violence and other stuff, all that stuff ties together. One thing sociologists have figured out, they look at the long arc of history. Y'all hear me use that word all the time, the long arc of history. Sociologists have figured out one thing, that where there's a lot of poverty, there's a lot of violence. Like they figured that out. More poverty, more violence. More poverty, you put people on top. There's so many reasons. More people have to like live on top of each other. For instance, like shanty towns, apartments. Of course, there's a lack of resources, so everybody's just fending for themselves, trying to get. So if that's happening all the time in black communities, could it be that we need to listen to the people who done studied this stuff and tried to tell y'all, hey, y'all need to give opportunities. Y'all need to stop pulling certain things away. And this ain't about, you know, people losing welfare or Medicaid or anything else like that. This is about just people not having opportunities to begin with. Like, not having opportunities to begin with. I thought I saw Pastor Bill in the I'm gonna steal some words that he said yesterday in a meeting we was having, talking about the prodigal son. I hope he don't get mad when I steal these words, but he already preached a sermon before. The prodigal. Well, we have enduring content now, so I can say I got it from there. There we go. But he said, you know, the story about the prodigal son. If you look at it from another lens, you know, you break down these stories and look at them with different lenses. The story of the prodigal son was more than just, you know, somebody taking care, you know, a Samaritan taking care of you know, a Jew. And you can go through all these other theological things. And Pastor Bill says, well, wait a minute. Why is the road so dangerous to begin with? Why are people getting robbed on the road? Why aren't there resources and things on the road to keep people safe? Why was this Samaritan in the position where he had to take care of the person who got robbed? Why was the person robbed? Like, why are we not fixing the road? And again, that's what we say in a nation like ours, in a system of government like ours, that means your voice, not only your voice matters, but your voice is your vote. Your vote is your voice. You know, like getting out, even if you haven't been able to vote for whatever reason, maybe you're a felon or something like that, you know, felony charges. So like you can still stand up and advocate. You can still march. You can still do all of those things and make people aware, if nothing else, you know, until they change it so that even felons can vote, because that's a permanent punishment that should not be in place. And that's part of the reason that in some places they keep locking y'all up for stupid stuff like driving on a suspended license, and your license always keep coming up suspended for some random reason you can't figure out why. Like this, like ask me how I know about a situation like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and so, you know, I'm saying that to say who you vote for matters. What you do when it comes to community and government and all those things, that matters, because we can sit around all day, talk about the effects. We could talk about the impacts themselves, or we could talk about the solutions to those things. And it appears, I don't know, it just appears though, that we're gonna keep on yelling, we're gonna keep doing all that, and when it's all said and done, the only way we're gonna save ourselves is to do exactly that, save ourselves. And that's
what I was gonna say. You know, the major changes always happen when the people got tired of being pushed on and pushed back. And they say you tear stuff up. Well, that's what get your attention. So
the historians are saying, you got a lot of historians who are saying this is starting to get to, like, America's starting to get to a point where there's historians, sociologists, like archaeologists, people like in those fields who are studying now, saying America is starting to reach that tipping point where empires like kind of like die, like because then like so many things like skew in favor of rich, wealthy people, those who maintain power. And so since so many things like tip in that direction, then the masses tend to get, an overinflation of people who cannot take care of themselves. And what ends up happening, they rise up, revolution ends up happening, and governments end up overthrowing all that. Now, I hope that that's not what ends up happening. I hope we can find a diplomatic solution, because I ain't no fighter. You ain't going to see me out there beating people up, like, for what? Like, we don't owe none of this no ways. Like, for what? Like, so not even going to risk it. What I will risk, though, is making sure that while we are here together, that we are, you know what I mean? That we are all taking care of each other, and that we're all, honestly, that we're all taking care of each other, and that we're all just being good to each other. So I'm into that. I'm into making sure we know, and I feel like we need that. So I don't know. Y'all watch who you're voting for. That's all I got to say.
Yeah. And before we go to music break, something Zeke just said about being concerned about one another, and we got to go to music break. But something I saw this weekend that just tripped me out. Did you see what the leader of America said about the homeless? He said he has a thing. He's going to have all the homeless kicked out by the White House. He said he wanted to stay beautiful. So kick them out, and they got to go somewhere and get them out of here. He don't want them around the neighborhood of the White House no more. So he said he want all the homeless packed up and taken away. And they was like, where you going to put them? He said, we'll find somewhere to go. They got to get from over there. We got to take our country back and have us look beautiful. So by him saying that, what started happening is people are now attacking the homeless people. Because he said he wants the White House to look beautiful. So the homeless that's down the street, y'all get them out of here. He said, we may get houses for them, but if not, they got to get from over here. Send them, go elsewhere and lay down. It's like, man, you're still anyway.
Yeah, so that's why I say it matters who you vote for. It matters what you do. Integrity matters. Integrity matters at the end of the day.
But
you know what? Him probably will try to run again.
California. And he wants to run for president.
Yeah. Well, y'all better be mindful what y'all do this next go round. Let's take this quick music break. I'm gonna blow my nose. I'll see y'all in one moment. We'll be right back with the morning shout outs if you haven't already done so. Please do me a favor and say good morning, and we'll be right back. right. Y'all jamming, huh? You gotta start your Monday off with some dancing. You gotta start your Monday off right. You gotta start your Monday off with what's more motivational than some dancing, especially to a track by the one and only J.R. Look at him, he's back with us. He's not the first comment of the day, but I gotta address him and acknowledge him because he's here with us. Yeah. Look at that. He said he had to put that Hammond B3 in there for his Kojic and Church Christ. Church Christ and the Holiness folks. Y'all had to, y'all had to hear that organ. That organ feels good. That's the producer of this song, JR. And since we're kicking off the morning shout-outs, then I'll go ahead and say good morning to JR that's here. If you haven't said it already, please do us a favor. Say good morning. We want to hear from you. But JR is the producer of this track, and that's why we get so excited to be able to have him in here with us, who has done that track. For all of y'all who love this, you can find this right on YouTube. It's Miss Free. Let me put it back up there so you can see it right there. Miss Free to Hire. Y'all see that? Written by J.R. Jordan. That's his song. Yeah, so y'all make sure y'all do me a favor and go and check that song out. JR said he gonna send us a couple more tracks and stuff, so I'm excited to hear them because we've been doing the whole house music thing, kicking off music, house music in the morning. I don't know. Maybe it's the older I'm getting. I'm learning appreciations for, different styles of music and stuff. Maybe I'm just learning different appreciation. But I'm learning the beauty of being able to get up in the morning and dance. It's like nobody's watching. So I hope y'all do the same thing where you are. And look at that. Mama says she plays it all the time. Oh, look at that, man. That's dope. Let's do this. Let's dive into these morning shout outs. Let's get into the morning shout-outs here. Y'all know it's one of my favorite parts of the show. Let's see who got the first comment of the day. We got to give some big credit here to the first comment of the day because that means they, was really, really, really locked in. And who was it today? Today it was Miss Sherry Staten, a.k.a. Mama. There she is right there. She says, good morning, family. Y'all know what that symbol right there means. That means family ain't just the people you were born to, but the people that you've chosen. And since you've chosen to be with us every morning here as a lock star on Zeke Live in the morning, I guess that makes you family, y'all. Y'all family. So that's why we encourage each other, because who can you be dependent on to give you encouragement except your own family? And if your own family ain't giving you encouragement, then you can depend on your chosen family. So choose a good family. Seems like Zeke Live in the morning is a great family. The Lockstar family is a great family. And Mama also says we are truly blessed. So she's claiming it. She's claiming the blessings that she believes we truly already are. And she has a prayer request for everybody. Y'all lift them up. She says they're out in Vegas about to go to probate court. And y'all know how people are when money start getting involved. So y'all know how we do. And by we, I mean people in general. Like that, we ain't gonna just say black people, but y'all know how we do. People in general. So money get involved, and people just lose they stuff. There you have that. Shout out to DJ Red. He's here with us. He says, good morning, blessed people. It's Manifestation Monday. All right, y'all. I got to start writing the names down. I done already threw out that Motivation Monday. DJ Red threw out that Manifestation Monday. We got 2 names already. Motivated Monday, Manifestation Monday. And he says, your blessings are going to manifest this year. That you got one. You got the rest of the year. You got it still. Your blessings are going to manifest this year. So tune in to Zeke Live in the morning. Like, share, subscribe, do it now. And here's the hashtag I like that he always puts. And if you don't remember nothing else, you can at least remember you got this. So there he has it. You got this. Yeah. And man, look, Marcus got on a preaching kick. I guess Marcus is going to be Reverend Johnson pretty soon. We got to start calling him Reverend Johnson. He said the tears and I feel like I got to read this the way it was written. Hold on. I need another track. Let me see if I can. Whose track can I play to read this the right way? I need something churchy. I know I got that one lady track in here. Hold on. Wait. All right. Well, I can't find that. I ain't finna waste time looking for it. I got so many tracks loaded up in here now. This is crazy. We'll do it like this. We'll do it this way. We'll go funky with it. There we go. So I can read a little bit funky. Marcus's comment, you got to read it like a preacher. I ain't got no preacher collar, but if I did, I would say the tears you've been through. Okay. I'd already messed up the sermon. The tears and the pain that you've been through or that you're going through is not in vain, but there's purpose behind it. I declare for all of that you've gone through, God is going to give you back double. Touch somebody and tell them double. Look at your neighbor and tell them, slap somebody and tell them double. There you go. Lift those dirty hands and begin to praise God. Yeah, so that's what I read when I saw Marcus's comment there. He became a preacher today, and so shout out to Marcus Johnson. His first sermon at Mornin We're Church will be I don't know. Rich, when is Marcus's first sermon at Mornin View? I don't know. Or am I just calling it out and just making it that? Either way it goes, there goes Reverend DJ Red. So y'all give it up for Reverend DJ Red. Let's see here. Eric, here's a comment that you'll love. There's one that you know. The peace signs to your own mama is wild.
Hello, Ma. Good morning. Good morning.
Y'all know how I feel about the mamas of the show. So y'all go show mama some love. That's Mrs. Johnny Rideout. Y'all go show her some love. That's Eric's mama. So y'all show her some love. I'm sure Eric's on his way over there for breakfast. Am I making that up, or is that going to happen?
Oh no,
I just assumed
it's going to happen. Do you know? Sorry, everybody. It's still dark on this side. I left my light at her house.
Oh, so you gotta go. See, now you have an excuse. You have to go over there. Like,
go back over there to get the light.
You have to go over there. You can't just leave it there. You have to go over there. Like, it's not your fault if food was on the stove and a plate got in front of you and food was on the plate, and then you didn't want to waste food because you were taught by your parents not to waste food. It's starving children in Africa. Don't you waste food. So now you got some food on the plate that you got there.
It was starving kids in Africa all the time. You know? No, not all the time, but you know.
You ever seen a bad little kid? If you say something to them like, "It's starving kids in Africa," they be like, "Well, give it to them." Like, I used to be thinking that in the back of my mind, but I was too scared to actually say it. You know,
and it's funny though when they say that, because it's like in Africa, it's like, well, let them eat it. And then at the same point, you can't really get mad because they got a point. Like, well, I did bring that up. Those smart mouth kids.
Right. Just because it's starving kids don't mean I want to eat this food. Like, it's just because they starving don't mean I want to eat this. They don't change it. That I don't like this or I'm not hungry. Like, but our mamas love us. So y'all go show them some love because they raised us even when they beat our tails and yelled at us. And, you know, yeah. They've got grandkids now, and they're the sweetest people in the world. So shout out to all of you mothers who are now grandmothers who have become the sweetest people in the world. We don't know how the switch happened. We just know it happened. And I don't know, does that happen like just like mamas of the show? Y'all can tell me this. Does that happen like I don't know, because it happens with grandfathers too. Like, does it happen like during menopause or something where you just all of a sudden become the most spoiling person in the world? Is that a menopause thing, or is that just they just, you know, our parents just have worn out with raising us?
That's probably it. We didn't know.
How you think you're gonna be when Deja has kids? You're gonna be like spoiling them? You're gonna be like,
I would. I would spoil them all. She is. So
yeah.
Everything's with her yet.
Yeah.
You know, I still do everything.
See, there's a daddy with a daughter though. That's a little different. I feel like fathers and daughters is like a whole
you do whatever you need you to.
Yeah, you know, daddies just like show up. Like mamas, you know, they got questions and stuff. They
mamas treat their boys different than they treat their girls.
They do. You know, it's like they spoil them. Some mamas spoil their boys, like they spoil their boys. They, you know, the daddy be trying to like get in their get in their tail. My dad used to be right on my head.
And then that's what hurt when you hit right here.
Right, you get it right in that spot right there. It just discombobulates you for a minute. You be, what in the world? Yeah, you know, but mamas be, I don't know, my mama whooped my tail too. Both my parents gave it to me, so I I got it coming from all sides. Shout out to Brody Cat. What's up, Brody Cat? Good morning, Lock Stars. It's Marvelous Monday. We've got another day in the lexicon, y'all. I need like a bell I can ring, like ding, 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 ding. Whatever, it's like a new day. We've got Marvelous Monday. There's a new day, so y'all can have a marvelous day. So you continue to move in confidence and have a great day. And of course, she always gives us the church announcement lady announcement. I got to read it like the church announcement lady. Maybe I need a church announcement lady track. Let's see. What's a good church announcement lady track? I got to read it the way I feel it. There it is. The church announcement lady says, wants y'all to know, welcome to Zeke Live in the Morning with host Zeke Locke and co-host Eric Rideout, Rich Holmes, and Rhonda Cohen. Grab that coffee, tea, juice, etc., and listen to this fruitful conversation right here on Zeke Live in the Morning, your hour of power. Is there one? There can come one, come on. I don't know. Y'all know back in the church broadcast days, they used to have like the most extra.
Come one, come on. Come everyone and all that stuff.
Right. The most extra person, like welcoming people on the radio. You just hear them. You have tuned in to the phenomenal hour of power with the one and only Zeke Locke, Eric Rideout, Rich Holmes, and Rhonda on the rocks. There's, I just heard in that voice.
What if the pastor was terrible? The man did a big introduction. His messages, the words, it's like, man, you could have picked all that. Your pastor was terrible.
Woo! Some pastors just aren't good preachers. Great pastors, horrible preachers.
Yeah. So, and I mean, my thing is, if you're a pastor that do the old school tuning up stuff, be able to do it.
Yeah.
And trying
you can't be going 7 keys.
They just bad.
You move. Unless you got a really good like organist or band behind you, they know how to follow the keys with you. Then it sounds like you on some genius level type of stuff, and then it's just amazing, But without
keys, just some random guy trying to preach now.
Hey, check this one out right here. She's been gone for a little while, but she's been back the last few days. It's Miss Brenda Rose. She's been on the second shut-in list for a while. Miss Brenda Rose says, Fun Day Monday. I like that. I'm going to add it to the lexicon because it rhymes. Fun Day Monday. Everybody talks about Sunday Fun Day. Well, what about Fun Day Monday? So we got to add that one to the list. Yeah. Fun Day. I'm typing them in so I don't forget them. And then I know Mama Pastor Cynthia Cohen, if she's here already, I know she going to type some of these out. She's been giving us the morning words of affirmation by the end of the show. So I know. But I'm going to still take them down, too, because I'll be forgetting them as I'm going through them. So shout out to Miss Brenda Rose. Thank you for being here with us. And she does wish blessings for us all. It's a new week, and y'all take these blessings from Miss Brenda Rose, one of our favorite Lock Stars. Y'all show her some love and thank the Lord that she's been that she's healed up. She's feeling a little bit better. Yeah. She's no longer on the sick and shut-in list. She ain't sick enough that she can't be on here, and that's progress at the very least, and we can thank God for the progress. So y'all go show Miss Brenda Rose some love that she is healing up even now. In Jesus' name. There it is right there. And then look at our girl, Miss Asia Jamal. There she is right there. Yeah, as we starting to get ready to round into this month of September, she said she was interested in helping us out, bro. Yeah, she said she was interested in.
Yeah, she's been asking like when I'm on.
Yeah, I just had to get through these last few weeks. These last few weeks have been wild. I got a few more weeks of wildness coming up, and that's gonna be all right. But going into September as we start to fashion the show into now preparing it for greater and bigger and better. We need help. So
yeah, we got to do audience expansion.
Yeah, like it's a number of things. I think we got a groove here now. We kind of know, like I got my flow. I said I wanted to take about 4 to 6 months to just figure out how to get on live every morning. I don't know if people realize this. I don't think I really realized it. Maybe I did, but I think we take for granted how natural some of this stuff comes to us. But it's hard work getting up in the morning, like, and going live for 2.5 hours and talking and keeping it. There's a lot of energy that gets used up for that. Like,
yeah, people don't think it is.
Yeah. And then it starts off with putting the show together, putting the pre-show together. Y'all watch the pre-show. I'll be spending my time on the pre-show every week, Like every week as a new pre-show, you know, I only do one for the week. Otherwise, it'd be too difficult to do it. But yeah, we do a pre-show every week, and it's got like songs and some funny memes and words of inspiration and stuff like that. So we do need some help. So Miss Aisha Jamal said she was going to help us out. So I'm just, you know, saying a special good morning to her for that. And of course, I like to plug her podcast, Pure Live. It's on YouTube. Y'all go subscribe to her page. There she is right there. And then Mama is also on the Facebook side. Y'all know she be with us on both sides. She be on YouTube and Facebook. When you see that symbol right there, y'all know that's Mama. That's right there. So she's with us on both sides. So there y'all go. There y'all go. And then, mamas of the show. Y'all know how I feel about the mamas of the show. Y'all know how I feel about them. Y'all already know. There's Mama Pastor Cynthia Cohen. That's Rhonda's mama. I knew I saw her. I knew she was going to be in here. I just mentioned her name. I knew she was going to be in here. Yeah. She says, good morning, Lockstar family. So to all the Lockstars, y'all take that good morning, that hug, and all that love from Mama Pastor Cynthia Cohen. That's Rhonda's mama. And again, y'all know how I feel about the mamas of the show. They raised us, they fed us, they clothed us, and they gave us whoopings. And so there you go. And speaking of Mama Pastor Cynthia Cohen, there's her daughter right there, Rhonda on the Rocks, with the Rhonda on the Rocks podcast. As y'all know, Eric and Rhonda have some special stuff that's coming up soon, and we got to let them get it out because y'all see how they love each other so very much. Eric, I know you're very excited that Rhonda is here this morning. Rhonda, I know you're very excited that Eric is back.
Never heard of him.
Jesus, man.
I hang with a certain circle.
Well, there's Rhonda on the Rocks, y'all. Y'all can follow Rhonda on the Rocks. I will say this much. Rhonda on the Rocks season 3 has dropped. Go follow her page or subscribe to her page, should I say, not follow. Follow on Facebook. Follow over there. But subscribe on YouTube because I'm a little biased to the YouTube thing. I'm just a little biased now that we've been doing this for a while. YouTube is the better experience. I ain't knocking nobody on Facebook this morning. If that's your preferred method, hey, it's all good. It's just that, my God, like Facebook be shutting us down sometimes. Plus, you can watch YouTube on TV. Like I got YouTube on the TV right now. The show is playing on the television in the front row right now. So YouTube is the better listening experience. So once you get over there on YouTube, make sure that you follow Pure Live. Make sure you follow Rhonda on the Rock. Make sure you do all of that stuff. Let's see who else it is. Caleb Bay. There's a friend of mine. There he is right there. Caleb from Caleb and HD Praise. They just did a recording about a month ago, and it was really, 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 really good. I was very proud of them. Very proud to see them. Shout out to Varus and Rita and Avantis and just other people I knew. And if I start calling our names, I'll forget people. So let me just stop while I'm ahead. But they smashed.
Varus is over there working.
Yeah, they working.
Management type of role and all that good stuff.
Yeah. They reach out a lot. So, you know, that's why I said I had to go over and support that recording. I'm really proud of what I saw. I was really happy with what I saw. So shout out. Good music will always get, especially good live music, it will always get my love, respect, and appreciation. So shout out to Caleb. Y'all support that young man right there because he's doing the thing. There he is right there. Shout out to him. We got to get some of his music and play over here as well. And there's the man right there we already brought up over here, J.R. Jordan, Willie L. Jordan. That's, of course, the mastermind behind one of our favorite songs that we play over here called Higher. So, like I said, y'all make sure y'all go download that song and anything else that's got J.R. Jordan's name on it. Y'all go and download that stuff. Can't wait till he gives us some more music we're going to play over here because I do enjoy playing the music of the people who lock in with us. You know, the lock stars. Those are the ones who lock in with us. I'll enjoy playing y'all's music. So, yeah, J.R. Shout out to him. And speaking of musicians and artists who follow our page and who lock in with us, Jamaica Lachey.
I don't know about Jamaica. Remember last week, she didn't give us any knowledge from last week.
Well,
Rhonda, she featured Rhonda all day.
You know, that's how they do. We're gonna stick together. You gotta, you know, the ladies are gonna stick together. That's just I'm learning. I'm just learning to deal with it. It just is what it is. I had my wife's phone last week. Remember when I broke my phone and my wife was in the hospital? I didn't get a chance to go fix it, all that stuff like that. I finally got it back now. I got it fixed. I finally took it down there. But so anyways, I had my wife's phone and I texted Jamaica because Jamaica stopped in on me, or she couldn't call my phone. So she stopped in on me at the church last Saturday, I think. Yeah, it was last Saturday. And anyways, I sent a text just telling you, said we were gonna record something. So she came to the studio and she came through the stew and we finished recording something. And I texted her and I didn't realize I was texting a group text that had her and Rhonda in it. So when she came in, she was like, Rhonda said, can she come? I'm like, sure, why not? She was like, no, because you texted her in the group text. And she's trying to figure out where she's supposed to be at for recording. I was like, wait, what? So I'm saying that all to say, my wife, Jamaica Lachey, Rhonda, they like these ladies, they all teaming up together. They got group texts and all kind of stuff. So, we got to be careful. We got to tread on safety net ground because these ladies, they're all teamed up. They're all teamed up. So but Jamaica gave us another one. Great morning all. Today is, here it is. Make It Make Sense Monday. There's a new one for the lexicon. There's a new one. I got to type it in. Where's my notes? Make It Make Sense. There we go. Make It Make Sense Monday from Jamaica Lachey. I like that. She says it's Make It Make Sense Monday. Make sure all things in your life and the things pertaining to you make sense. You deserve sense. Remember, if no one loves you, I do. Jamaica loves you if nobody else loves you. And she's letting you know that you need to make it make sense. If things in your life are dumb and you don't want to keep dealing with them or whatever the case may be, just make it make sense. If you can't make it make sense, then make it go away so that you can make your life make sense. And so somebody needs to hear that on this Monday. It's Make It Make Sense Monday for somebody. I don't know who that resonates with, but I think it's resonating with me. And so I'll be the first one to jump up and tell y'all, hey, we're going to make some stuff make sense. Y'all make it make sense in your lives as well. And then here it goes. I already talked about him. Here he is. I told you I thought I saw him in there. Pastor Bill Ellis, I already quoted him earlier. I didn't quote him. I paraphrased and probably messed the paraphrase up. Y'all know me. If you want your information wrong, I'm your guy. Pastor Bill says affirmations rock. And let's see, I saw something else that he gave us. Wait, that's not the comment I wanted to put up. I was just scrolling down. I'm not in my star comments. That's what I'm looking for right there. Money Monday, a new one for the lexicon. Pastor Bill says Money Monday. Tamika says make it make sense. Pastor Bill said make it make sense. C-E-N-T-S. Tamika said S-E-N-S-E. Pastor Bill said C-E-N-T-S because cents add up to dollars, and the more dollars you got, the better things sometimes tend to be. So we got Money Monday. So go ahead and make your money this Monday. Get on top of that. There you have it right there. Money Monday from Pastor Bill Ellis. Y'all better go and do it. And then I got a few more for the lexicon. Mama put something on Facebook that I missed. Making It Happen Monday. Oh, I like that. What are y'all making happen? Making it happen. I'm typing them in, y'all. I'm typing them in. Y'all think I'm joking over there. I'm for real. And Miss Brenda Rose gave us one. Moving Forward Monday. Moving forward for greatness. I like that. I got to add it to the lexicon. It got to go in the lexicon. Moving forward. There it goes. What else we got? Monday morning motivation. I'm going to add it to the lexicon. Motivated Monday, but you need that Monday morning motivation. There it is right there. Let's see. Who else's comments have I missed? I know there's some comments I had that missed in here by now. All right. There it is right there. Oh, wait. There's another one I'm missing. Oh, Marcus, I think, was agreeing with me when I was preaching. Pastor Bill said Reverend DJ Red. So there you go. Out of the mouths of 2 or 3. So we already got 2. So
you got 2.
Yeah, we got 2.
Well, Mark is officially a reverend.
Yeah. If you're used to a board meeting, whether that be in church or business or anywhere else like that, some board meetings are done with one person puts a motion in effect and another person seconds the motion. So I put it in the motion, and Marcus is DJ Reverend DJ Red. Pastor Bill second the motion. So Marcus, you are now Reverend Johnson.
You know what church meetings be long sometimes too.
Of course. What?
Like, what are we talking about? Because I lose interest after the first 15, 20 minutes. If the meat, my part ain't to the end, I won't come to the end. I don't care about it. Just focus on my part. If it's something dealing with, like when I used to work with the church, I was with youth ministry. Get to that. And I'll come to the meeting and say, hey, where am I at on this thing? Oh, that was later on. I'll text and come back. I'm not sitting there. None of it applied to me, so I didn't care. I didn't care what the mothers was doing, no offense. I didn't care what the choir was doing. I didn't care about none of that because it didn't affect me. I had nothing to do with it. So I don't care.
Well, you know how church is. We can't do nothing at church unless we do it long. You know, that's, you know. Although that's changing these days, so yeah. yeah.
Hey, where's Relentless at? We need her back.
Why? What happened? What'd I say?
Don't even worry about this. I'll let you keep going.
Well, I gotta show this one right here. Oh, you said we don't do nothing unless we do it long.
Like that's what she said. Good morning. Oh, you gotta show this next one.
I gotta show this one here, y'all. It's my mama. My mama is here, y'all. Dr. Lisa Dyson. There she is right there. Y'all welcome my mama. Y'all know how I feel about the mamas of the show, especially this mama. This is my mama, the lady who birthed me, the lady who raised me, the lady who fed me, the lady who beat me. Sometimes when I didn't deserve it. But we won't talk about my traumas. We won't talk about my trauma. You can save that drama for your mama. I will show y'all my mama. There she is right there. Y'all go show my mama some love. She says Monday blessings and she loves you all. But we all know who she loves the most. It's me. So that's a given. But Eric, my mama at least said hey to you. She said she missed you last week on those days that she didn't see you. So somebody out here loves you. You got a few lovers.
Somebody does.
Yeah, you got a few people who love you.
Somebody do. Yeah. Zeke, I see you got to change the music. I see it. It's coming up.
Oh, we getting there. Hey, y'all, my Aunt Cent is here. Cynthia Barnes, that's my auntie. We call her Aunt Cent. Yeah, that's my auntie. Y'all know my Aunt Regina. Y'all know my Aunt Kathy. But this is my Aunt Cent. They all sisters. See, it's a whole bunch of sisters on them. They sisters. It's sisters. It's a lot of them. They sisters. Then my aunties, y'all, the sister call. And I know they're going to be on the call talking to each other later. So, auntie, tell everybody I said hey. Tell everybody I said hey. Just like Mama JP says. She says, good morning to everybody. That's the saints, the ain'ts, and everybody in between. Now, all my aunties is saints. Although a couple of the saints might cuss you out, but they still gonna praise the Lord when it's done. But
got them in the families,
right? You might get cussed out, but they gonna pray for you after they cuss you out. That's my family. So yep. Let's see here. My mama said, speaking of Money Monday, my mama said that my dad, hey dad, y'all say what's up to my dad. I'm sure that he's watching. He don't always type in the comments. He just sometimes turns it on and just watches. So I shout him out. I've been making it a habit to shout him out. Eric, your father might be watching too. So I'm saying hi to your father.
You probably do.
Yeah. So we got to say hi to Deacon Junior right out. And we got to say hi to Richard's parents as well. Huh?
He do. Like, go back sometime and watch it.
Yeah, see? We
he's scrolling right now, probably. He's scrolling and typing whole Bible chapters on.
Well, that's why we shout them all out. We got to shout out Richard's parents too, because they be watching. They don't always get a chance to comment. A lot of people actually watch. I found this out. A lot of people like watch it. They turn it on. They just listen to it while they like driving and stuff like that. So, I like to show. I make it a point to show deference to our parents. I make it a point to show respect and honor to our parents because you only got your parents as long as you got your parents, and
right.
So to the ones that raised us, there you have it. To the ones that raised us, we got to definitely show them the love that is deserving. Oh, look here, Miss Brenda Rose is giving us a little detail. She said death did not hold her down. It was a heart issue that she gave it to God. And so there it is right there. She gave the issue to God, and now she's back up in the morning watching it with us. So it's a motivated Monday with purpose for her. And I like that. I love that. That's dope. And DJ Red, I'm just going to assume that's pretty much an amen. Yeah, I pretty much, when you do this
he laying hands on somebody and they crying.
I was just saying the same thing. Yeah. He laying hands on him. Yeah, you touch yourself and say, Lord, use even me, DJ Red. Reverend Johnson, what's up? I gotta change the track, y'all, one more time before we move on. We're gonna take another music break. Oh my God, I'm 6 minutes over. Okay, we're gonna take another. You know what? We'll just take a music break at 9 o'clock. We'll take it at 9. There we go. So I can take a little time and say this right here. Hold on, where's a track that I can use? I'm gonna go with this track today. We'll go with this one. Y'all, it's my wife. It's my wife, the lady who cooks me food, washes my dishes, washes clothes, makes sure the house stays. My wife does so much more than y'all. I'm just joking. That is not the vibe. Although she does that stuff too, but I do it. But you know, shout out to my wife, y'all. Baby, I love you. Good to have you home. I know she's been gone for half a month. We were just talking about this. So my wife was in the hospital for 2 weeks. But you know, it's one thing when you say it as 2 weeks. It's like, okay, well, she was gone 2 weeks. But when you phrase it a different way, like this, my wife was gone for half a month. Now that's crazy. Like hospital for half a month. That's a whole. It just sounds different. You know what I mean? So that's my wife. She's home. And she's healing up day by day. She's getting better and better day by day. She went to church with me yesterday, and you know, you muted. What does that?
That's a long time though.
Yeah, half a month. And what's crazy is we've had times where it's been even longer than that, you know. But I will say this much though, I'm gonna have my wife on the show maybe this week. I think I'm gonna have her on maybe this week.
I just thought something funny. If you would have been like, "Hey, it's a lot of dishes here. Go to the hospital. Hey, let me bring her home for about an hour." Right here, I'll back off.
Bring her out on a work release.
Hey, his housework got to be done. And he can do it himself.
Hey, that sickle cell ain't stopping nothing but.
You would have been by your.
You know, it's crazy because I say that a little bit somewhat facetiously, but my wife is that way. Sickle cell don't stop her. Like she keeps moving, she keeps going. Nothing really holds her down until she just ends up down. So sometimes we gotta have them heart to hearts. Was like, babe, sit your I need you to sit down. Like, you know, gotta it turn into that because she really do be like she really is strong. That's why I always say she's the strongest woman I know. Strongest woman I know, and I got all the respect in the world for my wife. And when y'all hear me always saying my wife, well, I waited for a long time to get married. Now I'm married, so y'all just got to deal with me saying about my wife all the time and pouring that out. And you know what? Honest to God, I think more men need to see men who love their wives and honor their wives. You know, and
whoever don't like it, just get off the line. Just get out of it.
Yeah, or either get off of here or go get you a wife that you like. Like that be some of the problems. Some dudes got wives they don't like, and okay, fine, I get it. Like we might need to figure something out. Like, so as long as I like my wife, I'm gonna keep talking about my wife. So there you have it. Of course, I love her, but as long as I like her, I'm gonna talk about it. But I do think she's one of the strongest people in the world. And maybe this week, we kind of talked about it in passing, but I want her to be able to be strong enough to get up in the morning. Not like she's weak and destitute. I don't want it to sound like that. That's not what's going on. She is, trust me, 180 from what it was. But we still, working through some stuff. I wanted to come on and just kind of talk a little bit about what that journey and that process is like. What does strength actually look like? So, I'm gonna have her on the show this week to talk about that, because that was tough. That was the last half a month. That was tough, man. That was a tough, just a really tough time. And so, like I said, I'm gonna have her on to talk about it because it's tough from my angle. It's tough from her angle. It's tough from her mother's angle. It's tough from so many different angles when something like that happens. But we ain't the only people in the world that deal with chronic illnesses or hospital visits or sicknesses. And some people are going in 2 phases like that of their life. That's why we do the support group. Some people like my wife, she's had, of course, sickle cell her whole life. It's hereditary. You're born with it. You deal with it your whole life. So you kind of, I don't want to make light of it. So I hope nobody hears it this way. And we'll break this down more when she's on. But you know, you kind of, when you grow up with it, when you know it, when it's just a part of your routine from a young age, you just kind of know what to do with it. But there are some people who never dealt with sickness, illness, nothing else like that. And the older you've been getting, now you find yourself with hospital stays, or you got a spouse who ends up with hospital stays, or you're taking care of a parent who has to go to the hospital a bunch, and you've never had to deal with that before, so you don't even know what that feels like, what that looks like, and it's overwhelming. It's a lot. I get it. I listen. I get it. I know. Like, we get it in this household. So, you know, that's one reason I want to bring it up as a topic, because some people might need to hear, you know, just some of the practical things behind that, you know, so that they, honestly, so that they can have the tools necessary when that time comes up, you know, if and when that time comes up. I don't wish for anybody to have to go into a hospital or anything. Like Miss Brenda Rose said, she thought 7 days was too much. 7 days is a long time in the hospital. I'll let you know, it's a long time in the hospital, like, especially when it's unexpected. That's a long time in a hospital, like, so, you know,
not like going to the hospital and you think it's gonna be something like I've done. Went to the hospital, like, oh, I just need to get this checked. Next thing they say, all right, your bed to be ready. Like, what you mean my bed to be ready?
Oh yeah, that happened to you, like that one time when you was in the hospital. We was like, why you keeping your camera off? Like,
next thing I'm in the bed and they come in the room and I'm laying in the bed and they got a needle and they stick it in my stomach. So we got to inject this to keep your blood from clotting. I'm getting stomach shots every few hours and all this stuff. I'm like, how did this happen? All I was, my arm was hurting. It's like, you gotta make sure this tube in him. It's like, wow. It's crazy. I hate it. They say, and you know, you stand when you in there from it, they come in there, we test results come back, but we may have to. I'm like, nope. The sticks, we glad you better. You know?
Yeah. Oh, look, Mama Pastor Cynthia Cohen says hi to my wife. She says, good morning, Mrs. Locke. So glad you're feeling better. We're yet praying for you. Baby, you can trust that if this woman right here is praying for you, you're going to be all right. You're going to be all right. You can trust that one. And then Rhonda said, she said, we are sick because I was listing out all of Sticks' chores.
He didn't set the rules. There's one above who set the house in order, and we follow his rules. We didn't make.
Oh, look at that! My mama got bars this morning. She said, "Down can't even hold Sticks down. Ow, down can't even hold it down." All right. Let's see here. I'm trying to make sure I got it. Oh yeah, this is the other one. I was trying to make sure you knew. That Cheeks Live, they're excited about. They're excited about getting their takeover, their week takeover. Their week. You know what? Clarify before they get on here talking trash about me. When I said their week takeover, WEEK, their week takeover for a week, not their week takeover, like their week.
You know the best part, Zeke, is you still in control. We still in control of the takeover. It don't happen until the men say, "Y'all got it." So until then, just fall in line.
You know what? That's funny. I might be a little more progressive now. I think I'm more of the guy that's like, you know what? Let them ladies have it. I'm gonna let them have it. I'm going to the beach in the morning when they do it. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna go back and watch the live camera. I'm gonna let them have it. I'm gonna let them have it and not steal their shine. You know,
they're gonna do great.
Yeah, I think so too. I ain't I'm going to the beach some days. I am beaching it up. I am.
They talking about you in the comments though. They said you talk about her doing housework when she's sick. She said she was in the hospital. All he said was, "Does one arm work at least this week?" That's all the man was saying. He didn't say nothing bad.
I'm just saying. My wife. Okay, so I'm gonna give y'all a prime example. And then shout out to Brony Cat saying hey to my wife. She's saying good morning, Kim Yada. Good to know that you're up and about. Let me show y'all how up and about she is, bro. Let me show y'all how up and about she is. The other day, man, I'm about to tell on you. In the other rooms, I know she hear me live. Yes, I'm about to tell on her. So the other day, what was that, Saturday night? Yes, after the Bud Billiken Day parade. Of course, I was exhausted. I was so heat exhausted after doing that parade that we had food, like Live Free cooked some food, barbecue. I was really excited about having a burger. I had a hot dog, all of that. I was so hot and heat exhausted, I couldn't eat nothing. Right. So by the time I got home, I was starting to get a little hungry. And so she asked me, "Are you hungry?" and stuff. Now in my mind, we had some tuna fish that we had from the night before at the beach. We had sandwiches and snacks and all that from the beach. I was just coming home to eat that. Plus I bought some peanut butter And I've been craving a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and I ain't been able to eat one because we ain't had no peanut butter. So I was excited about that. So once I had a little energy, I was gonna get up and make some food. I was not expecting her to get up. So she was like, no, I'll get you something. I'm thinking she about to make me just a sandwich from the leftovers and all that. Mm-hmm. I looked up and she done brought in some chicken with vegetable stir fry and some rice. Like, it was not even the rice. It was a chicken with the vegetable stir fry, like in a bowl that was like, it was good by itself. And then I just kind of made the comment, like I wasn't looking for all of that. Then I made a comment. I was like, dang, like this would have been good with some rice. Now I wasn't super hungry, mind you. I'm heat exhausted. I'm super exhausted. I'm trying to sleep. I said, this would have been good with some rice. Like I was just making a comment. She was like, you want some rice? I was like, I would have, but like, don't worry about it now. I'm good. I look up and she's in there cooking rice over the stove, like after the fact. So she done cooked rice and stir fry the whole nine. And then she was all tired again and stuff. And I was like, babe, I didn't ask you to do none of that. Like,
see, but she does. You know what she did? That's what she's a great wife, and she did what she was like. Make sure you was good. You had a rough day, and she was like, "I'm gonna make sure my husband is good." There's nothing wrong with it. Shout out, because a lot of people don't do that.
Yeah. She made sure.
Starving to death. He come in and dude barely crawling in the door. He make it over the threshold, and you know it's a sandwich, a half of sandwich that she didn't ate the other half from Subway. Eat that in a half
part. No, my wife take care of me, so I got to give the props where the props are due. Yep. I will give props to my wife, but also she need to sit down when it's time to sit down. She's get out the hospital, like sit down somewhere. Y'all do me a favor. While we going to this music break, y'all do me a favor. Y'all type something to my wife and let her know I said sit down somewhere. Like just tell her sit down, Ms. Locke. We're gonna play a couple songs. We're coming right back with our topic: confident or cocky. Here's CP the Genius. He has a reason to be confident. We'll be right back.
Told myself the last time was the last time. So tell me why. I know that I'm safe for all alone, but when I'm with you, I lose control. And I'm not new to heartbreak, babe, but that's a risk we all gon' take. Cause the vibe's just right. Thought I'd never fall in love again, but I just might. The vibe's just right. Thought I'd never fall in love again, but I just might. It's risky, and I know it. Once we get to go and we can't stop, you're like a locomotive, a runaway train out of control, and this could be unforgettable. Don't get off track, cause it's gonna be a long way back. Cause the vibe's just right. Thought I'd never fall in love again, but I just might. Cause the vibe's just right. Thought I'd never fall in love again, but I just might. Oh yeah.
We're coming back right after this last song. Hitting our morning topic for the day. Are you confident? Or are you just straight up cocky? You ain't got no reason to be confident. You just arrogant. I don't know. Maybe you got every reason to be confident. We're going to talk about it. Tell me your thoughts in the comments, and we will be right back right after this.
Has no worry.
And if you're here and you haven't said good morning, go ahead and tell us good morning. We'll see you back in one moment.
Why should I worry when my Father owns the cattle on the hill? Why should I worry when my Father owns the silver and the gold? So I'm casting my cares on you, casting my cares on you, casting my cares on you, casting my cares, oh. Casting my cares on you, casting my cares on you, casting my cares on you, casting my cares, oh. Papa, shower your blessings, yeah. Shower your blessings, yeah. I don't brush, shower your blessings, ah. Shower your blessings, yeah. Papa, shower your blessings, yeah. Shower your blessings, yeah. Bountiful blessings. Bountiful blessings, they come my way. Papa, shower your blessings, yeah. Shower your blessings, yeah. Atumra, shower your blessings, ah. Shower your blessings, yeah. Papa, shower me your blessings. Shower your blessings, yeah. Bountiful blessings, they come my way. So I will be anxious for nothing. Supplicate for everything. Why should I worry about my problems when I can pray them off? Why should I worry about my troubles when I can pray my troubles off? So I'm casting my cares on you, casting my cares on you, casting my cares on you, casting my cares, oh. So I'm casting my cares on you, casting my cares on you, casting my cares on you, casting my cares, oh. Papa, shower your blessings, yeah. Shower your blessings, yeah. I don't brush, shower your blessings, ah. Shower your blessings, yeah. Papa, shower your blessings, yeah. Shower your blessings, yeah. Bountiful blessings. Bountiful blessings, they come my way. Papa, shower your blessings, yeah. Shower your blessings, yeah. Atumra, shower your blessings, ah. Shower your blessings, yeah. Papa, shower me your blessing. Shower your blessings, yeah. Bountiful blessings, they come my way. Abundant blessings, multiple blessings, bountiful blessings coming my way. Abundant blessings, multiple blessings, yeah. Bountiful blessings, they come my way. Papa, shower your blessings, yeah. Atumra, shower your blessings, ah. Papa, shower me your blessings, yeah. Bountiful blessings, they come my way. Abundant blessings, multiple blessings, bountiful blessings,
abundant blessings,
abundant blessings,
hey,
multiple blessings, yeah.
Y'all gotta believe it. You believe it. Y'all gotta believe it. Multiple blessings, bountiful blessings, abundant blessings, all of that good stuff. We're speaking all of that, claiming all of that, believing all of that on this Monday morning as we start this new week, this great new week that is upon us. And you guys, we got some stuff to be grateful for. We got some stuff to be thankful for. Like I said, my wife has made it out of the hospital. Y'all know she's not been around for half a month. And so I'm grateful for that. We're grateful for Miss Brenda Rose. We're grateful for, I can just go down the line. We're grateful for Rondo on the Rock starting a new podcast. We're grateful for Eric being back safely. We're grateful for DJ Red accepting his call to the ministry. Shout out to DJ Red, Reverend Red. It's always good to have Reverend Red with us in here, preaching some. His first sermon, I guess he's going to get. I don't know, Red. I guess you got to talk to Pastor Rich Holmes so you can get you your certificate and your classes and your courses and all that stuff, so we can start planning your first sermon. I don't know. That's Baptist church. They do the first sermon. That's how you can tell if you're a good preacher or not. They give you a trial sermon. So you can do your trial sermon. We're going to come over and support you. Jamaica Lachey, go ahead, First Lady. So let's see here, y'all. We've got this cool topic today, and I think it's fitting for a new week, and I'm going to go ahead and just introduce it. And I'm going to bring these two awesome people to the stage. What was that? Oh, okay. I see what it is. Cool. Yes. So we got this awesome topic today. Confident or cocky? Just to explore that a little bit. Are you confident? What is the difference between confidence and cockiness? Can I present it like this? Confidence is when you have studied it, you've lived it, you've experienced it, you know it through and through. So you've got like a surety about yourself. You've got that level of you know what you know because you've learned it. You know what you know because you've experienced it. You know what you know because you've lived it out. Like, so there's a confidence that comes with that, right? We all have things that we're just exceptionally confident about. Some of us are confident in our ability to sing a song. You know you're a good singer. You know when they pass you the mic, it's not going to take you a whole lot of work to try to get the song moving. It's not going. You can effortlessly. You're confident because you know what you can do. You know what you like. You know your abilities. Then there's cockiness, right? There's that arrogance that comes. And what I'm presenting from the standpoint of arrogance is that there are some people who I believe shouldn't really be confident about some of the things that they think that they're confident about. So the same person who maybe thinks that they're good at singing a song, you pass them a mic and it sounds less than pleasing to the human ear. It may be making a joyful noise to the Lord, but the emphasis on the word noise. It's just a lot of noise. But for whatever reason, they got all of they just, so they walk in the room. This cockiness is when, you walk in the room, you don't really got the experience. You ain't really got the talent. You ain't got the skill. You ain't got none of that. But you still walk into a room like, I'm the best person here. I know better than you. You're not better than me. I'm better than you. And you can, right? This cockiness. And for some of us, I think we need to take an examination of ourselves. Are we confident in things because we've put the work in, we put the skill in? Are we, are we confident in things because we've lived it out? Are we confident because we studied it and we know it through and through? We've looked at the resources, we've looked at the scholarship, we've looked at whatever that means for you in your field or whatever that is that you're confident in. But for some of us, I think we need to make an inventory and ask ourselves, am I confident in this thing or am I being arrogant? You can sometimes tell the difference because confidence knows how to take a criticism. Confidence knows how to take a correction. Confidence knows how to, because you're confident in yourself anyways. And so you're always looking to improve. You're always looking to elevate it. You're secure in what you're doing. You're secure in maybe the way you do it, knowing and recognizing it can have improvements. And so when you find wisdom and knowledge around you, you're willing to accept it so that you can elevate, because confident wants to be more confident. But then there's the cocky one who, they don't know how to take a hint. They don't know how to take advice. They don't know how to take correction. Cockiness doesn't know how to do that. So I think that we should all maybe this week take an inventory of ourselves and ask ourselves, the things that I'm working on, the things that I'm so proud of, the things that am I confident in those things? Or am I just at a place where I don't want nobody to tell me nothing? I don't want nobody to speak nothing to me. I think I know better than everyone. I think I know more than everyone. And, even you can send 10 people your way who can tell you better, but you still like, no, I know better. I got, because that kind of cockiness, unfortunately, what it does, oftentimes it holds us back. That cockiness, and I will be vulnerable. I've been cocky about a lot of things in the past. I've been cocky about a lot of stuff. I've been, overconfident. Maybe we'll call it that. overconfident. And I know we do a lot of motivation and affirmation and saying that you got to speak over yourself. We do a lot of that. We say a lot of stuff about be encouraged. You can do it. Be encouraged, beloved. You can do it. We do a lot of that. But there comes a point and a time where you have to recognize, are you still at a place where you need to be learning? Are you still at a place where maybe you jumped out too quickly? Maybe you jumped off the boat too quickly. Like you jumped into the waters. Like I said last week, like Peter did, you jumped into the water and you should have been on the boat to begin with. Like, are you at that position? And sometimes you got to take a step back and think over that for yourself and be honest with yourself. We got to be honest with ourselves. I had to be honest with myself about things that it's like, I should have took that advice. Or I should have did that. Or I should have. Sometimes opportunities get missed as a result. Sometimes your way becomes maybe more difficult as a result. Sometimes maybe it may not be a missed opportunity, but you just don't get to do something at the fullness of its potential because you weren't able to take advice, or you weren't able to take correction, or you weren't, because you thought you knew better than you know. But like I always say, you don't know what you don't know until you know that you don't know it. You don't know what you don't know until you know that you don't know it. And when somebody comes along and shows you something that you don't know, and you go, well, I didn't know about that, so that can't be a real thing. That's cockiness. You didn't know about it, so you just learned it. It's not that it's not a real thing. You just didn't know it. So confidence is okay with learning newness. Confidence is okay with growth. Confidence is secure enough to grow. Cockiness, not so much. And so that's kind of my spiel for today. That as we go into this week, and this will be my hope for us as the Lock Stars, my spiel for the day with my hope for the week would be that as we go through this week, that you take a real good inventory of self. Am I in a position right now where I need to be learning more? Am I in a position right now where I need to be discipled by somebody? I don't even mean on a spiritual level necessarily. I mean, maybe on your job, you need to be, maybe on your, maybe in your, your skill set, whatever that is. Maybe you just in that, maybe you need to go back to school for something. Maybe you need to go get that certificate. They told you that everybody need to have this certificate by a certain time. I've been doing this for all these years. Nurses got this one time when this happened at some of the hospitals. They started wanting everybody to have a bachelor's. All the nurses needed a bachelor's. And you had a lot of nurses who had come through a time where you only needed a certificate. You only needed 2 years to be a nurse. Then they started making you do 4 years. And they were like, I've been doing it already for 30 years as a nurse. And now you want me to go back to school? And I get it. You already got all these years in, all this experience. You're confident in who you are. But, and I don't want to pick on nurses because they did get hit hard with that when that happened. But, at the same time, like maybe for the sake of maintaining things or for the sake of going on, you have to go back to school or you have to go get that certificate or you have to sit under somebody and learn something. Maybe. And that's okay. That's okay. Don't be so cocky, though. So arrogant that you can't move forward. Cockiness, arrogance will always try to prove itself. And the problem with always proving yourself is that you never get the opportunity to improve yourself. So busy worried about proving ourselves sometimes that we never actually improve ourselves. Confidence is able to improve upon. Cockiness, you can't do nothing with it. So if you got some areas where you're stuck in your life this week, take good inventory of it this week and see if those are areas that you can fix up on. And maybe you've just been a little arrogant in those areas. Pride does come before a fall, as the colloquialism says. And so, let's see what areas we've been proud. We've been not proud of the work we've done, but just proud to, just proud. Let's take an inventory this week of that stuff so that we can grow and we can be better. All this motivation, all these affirmations mean nothing if we can't actually grow off of it. So that's my spiel. Let me bring a couple people to the stage and get some of their viewpoint because they are very talented individuals who are very well skilled and have every reason in the world to be confident. Of course, y'all know Mr. Eric Rideout. Of course, y'all know. And then the one and only Pastor himself, the doctor of all doctors, Be Rich. There he is right there. My dog. Yo, what's up, Rich? What's up? Me and Eric been chopping it up, but what's up, Rich?
Hey, what's happening? How y'all feeling on this morning?
Hot.
Hot, yeah. Yeah,
it's
we got
already
over here ourselves, man. Our AC been down since Friday.
Ooh.
So we've been holding on to God's unchanging hands. Yes, indeed.
And sweating while you're doing it.
No, we make it happen.
Getting God's hands sweaty because it's hot. Man,
Yeah,
that's crazy.
every moment, just slipping right out. Like, Lord Jesus. Oh, it's just crazy out here. But no, it's been cool though. We making it work. It should get fixed today. So shout out.
Praise the Lord. See, reason to thank the Lord. See?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Not musty Monday no more. We gonna get out of it.
Oh, musty Monday added to the lexicon. Somebody might be musty. And maybe you shouldn't be arrogant about being musty. Just take the advice when somebody lets you know you.
Man.
If somebody gives you a breath mint, just take it. Somebody offers you one, just take it. They might be telling you breath stink. They might not be. They might be being nice. It's nice to accept it. But if somebody offers you deodorant, also likewise, take it. Musty Monday. Yeah. So I put it out there about cockiness versus confident. You know, are you being confident? Are you being cocky? My mother responded. She said cocky is rooted in insecurity, false pride, and feels threatened all the times. It should feel imposter syndrome, but it doesn't. Whereas a lot of times, you know, some people who should be confident, those are the main ones who always deal with imposter syndrome and all that stuff. But, you know, I thought you guys are good for this because you guys have done some amazing work. And we talk about it oftentimes. We hear oftentimes about Eric being on the road with some of the people that you love and listen to and all that. And he started off the careers of many people, Mr. Eric Rideout, and then Rich Holmes, who manages careers and gets people to the places that they need to be from business standpoints and all of that. And then now taking on a pastoral role and starting off the View E Network. Eric galvanizes a bunch of people all over the country and gets them together. I mean, so y'all got like real receipts, real work that's done. Every reason in the world to be confident about what you do. So let me ask it to y'all, and either one of y'all can take this one. I'm gonna treat y'all like the interviewees today. I'm gonna interview y'all. You're welcome, my guests, Eric Rideout and Rich Holmes. They the host, but they the guests today. So I'm gonna treat them interview style. But since the work that y'all do, and you work with a lot of different clients, both of y'all, especially when it comes to management, road management, agency, all that kind of stuff, putting things together, organizing, all of that. Y'all deal with a lot of clients, a lot of people who are in entertainment spaces, talent spaces, sports spaces, even church spaces. Have you ever noticed that there are those people in the spaces that you've been in? And, you know, have you noticed that there are some people who are just too cocky for their own good, or that there's a difference, that you can tell a difference between those who have the right to be confident and then those who just kind of pulling along, but they just for no reason? You know, what does that look like in y'all's world? In the real world?
I'll speak for a minute, like a real minute. I see it in the good morning, everybody. Lock stars, everybody. Good to see everybody on this great morning. I look at three different things. I look at it three ways. So I see confidence, right, rooted in God, and we talked about that. I find that that's rooted in God and yourself and what your abilities and capabilities have been. I think you did a great job with that, Zeke. Then I see arrogance. Arrogance is usually like a real negative, has a real negative connotation on it. You know, it's really bad. You know, has a negative way of being portrayed in this world. And then I look at cockiness, and cockiness for me is not always bad, right? Especially in the spaces that I'm in. A level of cockiness is needed in some spaces to stand out, so that people can understand that you're here. You're definitely confident in your abilities, but there's so many people in the jungle, right? What is going to make you stand out from the next Steph Curry, from this shooter, from that person? But what I look at cockiness is, you do your ability. Say somebody catch a touchdown and they do a dance and celebrate. Some people see that that's cockiness, where others will be a confident person, just get the touchdown, run back to the backseat, give you the ball, and that's it. Well, is that negative just because somebody celebrated their accomplishments? I don't see that as cockiness. But I do see where there's a thin line when arrogance comes in it, because now I'm thinking I'm above people. I'm above whatever is going on. So I see arrogance and cockiness a little different. I see cockiness can be negative and can be positive. I see it in both light. And then confidence for sure is the God thing. I call it confidence. So, that's my spiel on it.
Gotcha. So you're saying arrogance and cockiness for you is two different things. Like the idea that cockiness is more of a confidence with a show. If I had to break it down another way. Interesting. Let me ask you this real quick before I turn it over to Eric real quick. Do you think that that's cocky, or do you think that's just insecure people who can't live up to what somebody else does, so they got to find a way to nitpick things? So for instance, like the touchdown, you catch the touchdown, I think Deion Sanders, he's the first person that came to mind. Deion Sanders, right? I mean, like King Primetime, right?
Yes.
To me, my favorite NFL player all time. So,
mine too.
yeah, he's my favorite NFL player all time. Like, I mean, that was my hero growing up, right? So, like, Deion Sanders, every reason to be confident, but he was flashy. He was showing his personality as who he was, and it was backed up by stuff, and some people said it was cocky. I don't know that I ever saw it as cocky, though. I more so saw it as a bunch of people who were, I saw it as flashy. I saw it as confident flashiness, and then people who couldn't live up to it and couldn't do it needed a reason to nitpick and tear him down. So then they just started giving him a negative connotation, which I guess kind of what you're saying too. Like the cockiness is okay in that instance. A cockiness more attached to a confidence. There's that. But looking at the term, from the side of arrogance, how often do you run across, before I throw this up back to Eric, just to pick it up, how often do you run across people who are just arrogant? And I don't mean arrogant like in the sense of, not just arrogant or cocky in the sense of they have a skill to back it up, but I mean arrogant and cocky in the sense of they don't have the skill to back it up, but they still end up in the room some kind of way, and they the loudest person in the room. They the one that gets attention and all that stuff, and they really should not be there to be. Like my mama said, they should have imposter syndrome because they really shouldn't be in this room. But in their mind, I deserve to be in this room. And it's like, bro, like, let's say it's a singing space, because that's my world. It's a music space. Like, bro, you sound like Cookie Monster and Elmo had a baby, and the baby got punched in the guts. You sound like that. And yet you in this room with all these amazing singers, all these amazing, like, how do you deal with that? Especially if that person got the sales, but the better singer is, using that as an example, the better singer is struggling for sales and stuff, but they got every reason to be confident. But this person got numbers behind them, but no talent whatsoever. So in their mind, it justifies what they're doing. How do you have you ever run across those situations, and how have you dealt with that from a management standpoint?
You know what? I can say I haven't really dealt with that on a one-on-one level. I've seen it, I've heard stories about it, but to say me, no, I haven't dealt with that. Eric tells me many of stories like that. That's where I hear a lot of them from. But with just on my end, the space that I'm in, everybody is really talented and gifted and know what they're doing in most of the spaces that I am involved with. I have to make sure I'm one of the ones that know what I'm doing, that I'm not being arrogant, that I make sure I'm in the room, you know what I'm saying? And that's my focus with it. So yeah, no, I haven't. I can't say I have.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel that. I'm gonna toss it to E real quick, because E actually is in those. Well, Rich, you in the entertainment spaces too, but E is in the entertainment spaces in areas where it's not to say that we ain't in high places, but I mean, Fred Hammond and, people like that, on the big tours and all that stuff. And I know Eric sees it. I already know he can go into some of these stories because I've seen it with my own two eyes too, that sometimes there's people backstage who, they just shouldn't be backstage. And then they get online and they start talking stuff and they be like, well, I was there and this, such and such, da-da-da. Then Eric sometimes will come back and he'll be like, if you ain't never sold a record, recorded an album, never did it, nothing, like, why do you have an opinion on this matter? Like, Eric, give some of your, tell us what you think, E. Like, yeah. Yeah, you got to hit you up. Yeah, there you go.
Well, for me, I think, like Rich, I think it's okay to be confident in who you are and what you do. If you're good at what you do, you're good at what you do. That's not a knock. Nobody ever knocked Albert Einstein from being smart. You never said somebody he's arrogant. No, he was smart. Stephen Hawking. They were smart guys. So you never saw nobody knock them for being who they are. And to me, let's take Muhammad Ali, who's one of the greatest. People thought he was arrogant. To me, he was confident.
Correction. He is the greatest. Go ahead, continue.
Right. The greatest.
Mike Tyson would knock Ali out in 2 rounds.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson can't spell Muhammad Ali.
That don't mean he can't knock them out. The reason he can't spell it because he spent all his time knocking Negroes out.
He wouldn't even
My
touch
bad,
Muhammad Ali. He wouldn't touch Muhammad Ali. Stop playing, man.
In his prime, I don't know, Zeke. If Tyson, I mean Ali in his prime, and Tyson.
I think Tyson would take Ali in his prime. I think.
What?
I'm just
saying, if Ali is the great, I don't understand why we always got these things where we just fictionalize people so much.
What? He is the GOAT.
You know why I think so, Zeke? Because you have other boxers like Muhammad Ali, like Tyson, and them who call him the greatest of all time.
Yeah, that's fine, but that don't mean they won't still knock him out. That don't got nothing to do with that.
I'm not knocking him out.
I'll put it this way. I would say in the same line of the fact that anybody in the NBA today could probably take Michael Jordan. Like anybody today.
In a one-on-one?
Yes.
Because
they learned everything from Michael Jordan. They learned all the stuff from him, and they built on top of it. It's like saying the greatest.
Go ahead, finish, Eric. Let's get back to Eric.
Let's go back to Eric because we're going to go to a whole other thing.
No, go ahead. I'm going to let Rich answer that one. That's Rich's arena. Jordan, I think somebody would have took Jordan in his prime now, and nobody could do it then. You had the best in the NBA then. They couldn't have it.
Don't even do it. You just go back to the other topic, bro. I'm gonna destroy this topic. Just go ahead back.
Okay. I'm gonna say this real quick.
Just go ahead. Yeah.
Now Will Chapman coming in just to say, "Come on, Zeke, really?"
And don't forget what you
and Jonathan, both of them just. So you be listening to you trigger them.
Yeah, don't forget your thought, Rich, because I'm gonna make this quick so you can get to that because I want to hear that. Confidence is one thing, cockiness is another. I've seen people that are cocky, especially online. I watch in the comments if they see somebody perform on TV. They're butt awful. They're trash. You sitting at home watching them. You've never made a record. You've never recorded a demo. You've never done anything. But you have so many opinions on somebody who's successful. Your bank account is a nickel from poverty. They're in the millions. There's something they're doing right, apparently. I don't like people like that. Now, we all have our opinions. That's fine. But and then when it gets to the cockiness, yeah, I know some very cocky people. Some that are cocky that are doing the things. But then, I know there's some that's cocky. Like I had one girl told me her voice is a, what's the word she says? I'm a chameleon. And you're not.
Yeah.
Your voice is like a alligator. You're not smooth. You're not blended in everything. You stand out. You have an alligator voice.
Not an alligator voice.
Alligator voice. What do an alligator voice sound like? I never heard an alligator.
I will send you a clip of her, and then I would tell you.
That's
But what I mean is, as a chameleon,
like Lil Wayne, that's an alligator voice.
There you go. Because like a chameleon can blend.
Just thought about what you said, Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne.
Now you can have to Rhonda's comment. You can have an opinion if your bank account is low, but your opinion, to me, that's like me going to, let's say, a Rodney Jerkins, who one of the top producers of all time, and saying your production was terrible.
Yeah,
my little mediocre opinion compared to millions of other opinions matter to me, but in the masses, it don't matter. Nobody care what I think. That's like me going to Stephen Curry. You're not that good. The worst of the world be like, man, you're a fool. But that's my opinion. I don't agree with him. But the thing is, you have to be. But if you're so arrogant that you can't be taught, those are the people I have a problem with. I've been doing this stuff a long time, man. And even right here, that's a screenshot of me and Todd's manager, Kelvin. I'm asking him for advice on how to do things better.
Yeah.
Now, he may come to me and say, do this, but I'm in text like, hey, bro, how can I do this better? What do I do in this situation?
Yeah.
Because I know, even though I may have been doing it longer than him, I know he's went in the arena I haven't been in.
Yeah.
Shout out to Walt Whitman real quick, and then I'm done because I want to hear Rich's thing. Walt Whitman, people in Chicago say the Soul Children were that group, but people, say, man, the Soul Children fell off and this, that, and another. Not so. Soul Children are on a whole different level of performances. That's what people don't get. They're not doing church to church. They're in the White House. They're at the Doctors Association. They're making $15,000 for 2 songs. When Negroes are here getting $1,500 for a 40-minute set. They graduated to another level. Yeah. So, but anyway, that's just my.
I also think Oh,
Go ahead, Rich. No, you go ahead. Go ahead. I was just gonna point something out. You go ahead.
Cool.
Yeah.
Real quick, I think we can learn from each person that's an arrogant person, that's a cocky person, that's a confident person. Me, myself, if I can speak for a moment, when I was so taught on being humbled and everything like that, my bad, Rhonda, I'm trying to get it together. Humbled. and so I met a person who's very, very cocky in so many people's eyes. And when I first met him, and my thoughts was, this is an arrogant person. I don't really want to be around him. I was just like, they're arrogant. They're the devil. Let me get it away, right? Then I got this person. I began to pick out some of the things that were great at what they're saying. I'm not saying they did everything right and perfect, but I'm saying this an opportunity to learn. If I were to stay humble, and one of the things he told me, humble will keep you out the room if you're trying to be in this industry. If you're so humble, you can be so humble that you become small even in the room and no one knows. Exactly. And so he was like, you have to find that thin line, whatever that's going to be for you. But, I was saying that to say you can learn from those people as well. Don't just kind of shut them out just because they may be arrogant in conversation. You'll be able to make the decision for yourself. And like I always say, life is choice driven. You can kind of choose how you want to move with that. But put that on there as well.
And you know what's true? I didn't mean to interrupt you, Zeke. I'll see what your cousin said. The opinion isn't valid if you can't match the expertise level.
I think he was changing it to be credible, though, because I see a little back and forth here. Yeah, he said he meant the type. He didn't mean valid. He meant credible.
I agree with that still, either way, because if you cannot sing, how dare you try to critique another singer and call them trash? But you don't have none of the accolades, none of the. You can have your opinion and say they can't sing. I get that. Okay. I'm not saying no, I'm not going to say it. Let me use this. Production. Let's go to producers. Let's go back to production. No, let's go to sports. So to be fair, so Stephen Curry shoots shots all kind of ways. Half court, the whole court. The dude just don't miss. If I get on there and say, man, he's trash. Well, Eric, let's see you shoot a free throw. And
so that's the big debate with sports right now, and the sports analysts. A lot of them haven't played basketball, but yet they're making $20 million a year to talk about basketball players, and they never played. So obviously, their opinions is affecting somebody because they are the ones that control if they get MVP awards, if they get all-star votes, all of that. The media controls. So opinions are running the world. You know what I mean? So when you say that, it's challenging to kind of. That's why I say it's hard to say just because a person didn't do it, they can't critique.
I'll say this: you can. Everybody can have an opinion. I agree with that. So I'm gonna take that back. You're right. Everybody can have an opinion. Okay. But let's be honest. Stephen Curry. Even though they say that about him, or think about this, Zeke, you know this from when you performed and went against the grain and performed those Dietrich songs, everybody in the audience was mad. You didn't care two farts about this.
I really did though. I did though. That's the thing. That's the underlying thing there. I did. I just had to get past it. That was the journey was really in the getting past it. Let's see. So everybody's hearing a little bit of clicking. So just so everybody knows, that's Eric's mic is feeding back something. Yeah, it's feeding back whenever me or Rich talk. It's getting a lot of feedback. It's cool when you talk, but once we start talking, a lot of artifacts. Yeah. So you might have to do a little talking back and forth on the. But
people can't have their opinion. I didn't mean to say they can't. I just think when some people go so hard, and then you ask them, have you ever? No, I don't know how to do none of that. I'm like, I can't tell a banker how to bank, and I've never been a banker. That's stupid to me. I can't tell a keyboard player how to. You don't know how to play. Do you play key? Oh no, I don't know how to play. Well, nigga, what are you talking about here? I never understood that. I'm sorry, Rich.
What you can hear, what sounds good and what don't sound good, right? I think that's important as well. If what you've done, your expertise in the industry can solidify and replace, I ain't actually really did it. I think there's some place and some space in that as well. that it should be credible. It should be something that can be useful. Now, I am saying that we shouldn't be going heavy, hard, bang, 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 pulse on everything that's going on with the person that's doing this negative, negative, negative. But you know what I mean? I think they should.
We can say something like Rodney Jerkins said. You know, Timberland said it too. Another person. He said, "People say, I don't like your beats." He's like, "I don't care." And some actors have that attitude. Oh, I don't read. Like Beyonce said, "I don't read the comments. I don't care what they think." And look what I'm doing. Look what they're doing. They're reading about me. Now, it don't mean that people can have an opinion. So that's why I'm saying to be clear. People can have their opinion, but it's the extent how you let their opinion affect you.
Yeah,
maybe
that's why I'm hearing in there, like, you know, because I hear Rich's point too, like the commentators. Like, you know, you take they just call him Stephen A. Smith fans. I mean, I don't know a sport he's played, but he's the loudest mouth about all sports. I mean, he's an expert in baseball, golf, football, basketball, soccer, the rugby. I mean, he's just an expert. I mean, he knows diving and swimming. He's just an expert in everything. I mean, he's done it all, knows it all. And so, you know, I'm like, okay, yeah, you get your opinion. I get that. You get an opinion. But, yeah, I'm with Rich here. What point does that line get drawn between opinion to now being these are the people who run the whole industry, right? Like, it becomes so if you put that in the music world, you got record label execs who have never produced a song, sang a song, been in a song, but they run the industry. And then they do the awards, and we all build up our entire careers around trying to get radio play and awards and all of that to impress people who ain't never did it because they're the gatekeepers. Sports people are trying to impress analysts and all of that when, you know, because they want the clips to come up on ESPN or they want but the problem is the people they're trying to impress ain't never did the thing they've done. And so, you know, that's why I do appreciate things like the Grammys, for instance. This is why I like in the music world, I can say, you know, for the Grammys, the reason they're the highest, the highest honor in music, for at least American music, is because that's from your peers. Like literally the record execs and stuff cannot vote on who wins a Grammy. It's not about public opinion. It's like your peers, people who do this with you, voting and saying, this is what we respect. This is what we like. This is what, because we knew the work it took to do X, Y, and Z. And this is, because, again, nobody knows the work it takes unless you've actually done that kind of work. Nobody knows the hardship that goes into it. So I think the confidence of when you overcome those hardships, you walk around just with a different attitude about yourself. You walk around with a different, till some knucklehead comes along who can be a little cocky about something they've never done. And that's the people I'm talking about. Like, to me, Stephen A. Smith, yeah, he's got to be arrogant. He's got to be he's got to be the way he is. He's got to be, because that's how he runs. That's all of that cockiness just deflate. And then when it's done, I imagine he'll probably get online and be like, yeah, he whooped my tail. But here's the problem. He was going with a left hook and did da-da-da-da-da. And I was just like, nigga, well, if you knew all the stuff, why you ain't do it?
About that.
Why you ain't do it?
And this is in the same thing a little bit. So what's your opinion on, like, for example, let's take comedy, where you have black actors, like Dave Chappelle said, these white folk are writing our comedy to tell us how our culture is. Does their voice still matter as much as your voice would being a black person? Like, for example, like, in Black history, you have some professors, white professors, who still like, no, that's not how I go. He was like, no, I studied, I know. And they're like, but we're black. And he was like, yeah, but you're black, but you don't understand the struggles of the black community. Mm. Do you feel that that's a type of arrogancy, or do you feel like he has now in that case, does that professor, because he studied, have the authority or the opinion that should matter? That goes
back to my point that I made earlier, because I know Rich ready to jump in here because we got a professor. I'm gonna call him out. I'm gonna go ahead and call it out. We had a class that we had together. We had a professor. This is exactly like we had this communications course. Shout out to my college, my alma mater. We had this communications course. That was my favorite class at Olivet because all of us was in that class. It was lit. It was lit over there. Matter of fact, Will was in that class too. Will C he was just in it because we was all there. Like, it was dope, right? So it was, we had to like read these articles or these videos of things every time before class. We would like go over it, talk about different communication styles and all that. Most of this stuff is like not really our flavor, our style. And then one day they came along. We had an article about hooping, preachers hooping. Now, if you are for not hooping, but preachers hooping, and God said that He will love you, and He'll take care of you, and I will make sure that it's gonna be all right. So we talk about preachers hooping, and me, Rich, and Courtney, and we like, oh, we know this topic. We don't know none of this other stuff y'all talking about. We're talking about it. We in there like, nah, bro, that's not it. No, that's like the way you're describing this ain't it. And I remember going back and forth with this professor over like, and eventually just getting to the point where it was like, bro, like this is literally a every Sunday, like a whole life experience that you think that you studied it in some book or some article because somebody went to a black church and heard a preacher hooping and gave their opinion and made it into an article, and you assigned it as a homework assignment. And because you've been assigning it for the last couple of years and you ain't really had no black students in your class, at least black students who came out of black churches. That's a topic for another day. Shout out to Olivet. But and now you get a group full of black students who this is their life for real. And then now they say, he's like, well, no, because the data shows that and all that. Like, shut up, dude. Like, I lost all respect for that professor after that. All respect. Because in that moment, I realized, how arrogant do you have to be to sit up here and because you read one article that was written by one person who visited one church service and heard one black sermon and wrote a 4-page article over it, and you've been assigned it now, 4 days ago. Like, and before that, it was 3 days before that, and then the revival that was the week before. So I'm saying, to me, that's cockiness. That's arrogance. Yeah, you studied it. Yeah, you got a level of knowledge above others. But then when better knowledge comes in, if you're really confident for real, you don't mind learning more knowledge. You don't mind, as Rich would say, gaining knowledge a little bit more because you're confident enough in what you got that you know it can be added to. Cockiness to me in that instance, that arrogance is no, because I did this, because I saw this, this must be what it is. It's written down, so that's what it is, and you're wrong. Like, so telling me and Rich and Neil was in that class, was he? Neil might not have been in that one. Somebody, I know Miss Crystal was in there. Miss Bryant, I know she was in there. I know it was a few other like folks who I know come from like black church, and we all like are saying the same thing to this professor. Bro, that ain't right. Like the way they just described that just ain't right. I can see that in a one-off, but that's not the norm. Y'all presenting this like it's the norm. That's just not. And then having to have that argument to me, it was wild. Like, why am I arguing with you about? So I just lost all respect. I shake the dust from my feet, and I just.
Let me ask you this question real quick. I know we almost done. So Zeke, and for those that just tune in, I know this is gonna sound funny. So Zeke feels that in his prime, Mike Tyson would have knocked out Muhammad Ali, and that Jordan couldn't whoop some of the current players.
You telling me Michael Jordan is going to stand up against some? I think that even like somebody who's only on the list between the top 10 to 20 could probably take Michael Jordan in today's world. I don't know. I don't know. Rich, you tell me what you think. You say no.
Which Michael Jordan?
Michael B.
Oh, yeah.
We talk about Michael Jordan in his prime. Like,
I'm talking about Michael Jonathan Jordan. Michael Jeffrey Jordan. Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
Who? Name a person now you think that can take Michael now?
John Sally. No.
Yeah. No. Absolutely not.
I don't know. I got this thing in my mind, and this is more than just the Michael Jordan. I always point out the greatest of the greatest because the people that we study when you go into any field is the people who are the greatest. If you study and you do everything the way they do it, and then you add your own flair on top of it, you're now better than that person if you can execute it the way they executed it, plus with your flair, because now you just added something new to the mix. And I feel like every industry should be doing that, but we always got these things that we cap people at because they were from our era. I mean, during Michael Jordan's era, there were old cats, old heads that was saying Michael Jordan would never take Dr. J. I mean, I heard it all the time. He'll never take such and such. He'll never. So now it's like same thing with Michael Jackson. Like, it's a number of people who can outdance Michael. It's Michael Jackson in person. There's a nigga in Hammond like, right now who be on the street corners, and I promise you, I just stood there and watched him for 15 minutes at a time before, and he be doing the same stuff. Mike be doing the same, all of that. Like, you know, like, but we gonna say Mike is the greatest. Like, but you muted E. He just a talking. Uh-oh. You ain't muted. You disconnected.
What about now?
There you go.
Jordan, though, in his prime, Kobe and them was out then and trying to play and all of that.
But they weren't in their prime either.
They couldn't handle it.
Kobe wasn't in his prime yet. I would say Kobe wasn't in his prime yet.
No. Jordan was older when Kobe and them came into the NBA. Jordan was the older Jordan. They still couldn't handle him. As an older man, they couldn't handle him.
40 on
They were the young
What are we talking about?
Yeah, they couldn't handle him. And they're younger than him. Remember that, Zeke. They're younger and couldn't handle him. They was like, no, I can't handle this dude.
But did they not learn from it, though? Did they not learn from it?
At 40
build upon it?
And drunk every night. I mean, come on. What are we talking about?
Now, now address the Michael.
You say Babe Ruth?
Michael Jordan. Yeah, just
he was drunk every night
with cigars and liquor every night, and
then casino out here in Indiana every weekend.
And at
address the Mike Tyson thing, Zeke. Explain that to them. Mike Tyson knocking out Muhammad Ali in his prime.
It was people who knocked him out. I mean, Muhammad Ali been in fights and he lost before. I mean, people lose fights. I think Mike Tyson might have been one of the ones who would have took Muhammad Ali. I mean, shoot, that's all I'm saying. Things grow, things get better. There's going to be somebody that Joe Louis, like Muhammad Ali versus Joe Louis, for instance. You got old heads who would say Joe Louis will whoop Muhammad Ali because his mama call him Clay. I'm gonna call him Clay. Like, there's always gonna be somebody who's somebody else looking.
People didn't think Tyson would ever get knocked back, but he did.
People didn't think Muhammad Ali would, but he did. Like, I mean, people lose. It happens.
Roy Jones might
right. It's Roy Jones in his prime versus Mayweather in his prime. Who's the better fighter? That's one that's going on right now. That's circulating in culture.
Who do you
If you're a
think
sports person in boxing,
are they in the same? They're in the same class.
they could have been. They could.
Who you think, Rich?
Back in the day, would have figured out. Yeah, 154. I think they could have met. But I don't know. I mean, I'm taking Roy Jones Jr.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Over Mayweather, yeah. In prime, absolutely. Mayweather or Tyson in their prime.
Me, Mayweather versus Tyson. I'm taking Tyson. They not know what.
Yeah, you're right. Tyson said the only man that's ever hurt him in life with a punch. Tyson said, when that man hit me, I want to scream like a little girl. He said the only man that's ever hurt him was George Foreman.
Oh yeah, George.
He said George Foreman's first punch hit him. He said he wanted to scream in pain and it hurt so bad. It's like somebody hit him with a car. But I don't know, Zeke. I don't know if I would say Muhammad Ali. Muhammad was knocking niggas, but then Tyson was knocking niggas
out like in record time. Like, I mean, Jack was coming across like some of your favorites. He was coming I remember one time as a little kid, because we were little kids, you know, me and Rich was little kids at that time, you know. I remember being at my dad's house in Chicago, visiting my dad when he lived in the city, and I remember being up there, and the fight came on. He paid for, I think it was a pay-per-view, because you know they start that pay-per-view was coming up, I guess at that time. I don't know how it was. I just remember going like to the bathroom or something like that, like going to the other room, and then I remember everybody yelling and going, "Wait, hold on, what's going on?" Like the fight was over, like and everybody was like, I just remember that fight. Like I don't remember who that was, because I don't know sports like that. I just remember that as a kid though, like not somebody like
my uncle went to Vegas to see the Tyson fight, and he said he got to his seat, I know my uncle did some cussing because I know him. He sound like Bernie Mac as it is. My uncle said he sat down. Like they said, all right, let's go. Ding. He's had his drinks in hand. He said, this is about to be good. He said, bend down, sit down the drinks. He heard boom, 1, 2. He set up, and it was like that was a mad Negro. He spent all that money.
Remember that? Yeah, I remember that. You know, but my thing is, I guess my thing is this: I always argue on the side of not being stuck on who's the greatest and this, that, and that. I really honestly don't care who the greatest is. Like who's somebody, everybody's entitled to their opinion. My thing is, if the greatest are always people who are in the past and nobody can ever beat that person, that means whatever industry that is, capped out. And so you might as well just move on to the next thing. It's capped out. Like it capped out. The greatest already had. It'll never go beyond this level. No, it'll never. So Michael Jordan was the best at the year, let's call it 2000. Yeah. Then that means we've got 30 years of basketball now that has done nothing but go downhill. Yeah. If Deion Sanders, in my opinion, who is the best of all time, but he's the best of all time because he's my favorite of all time. Like, so if Deion Sanders ain't played in 30 years and that's the greatest it'll ever get, then football might as well just quit now because it's all downhill from here. You know, that's what I say. I just say that. Go ahead.
I was saying position. I think for football and I think on positions is a big thing on that. I think he's the greatest. He's my favorite football player. But he's the greatest cornerback ever. Right? I don't know if he's the greatest football player ever, but he's my favorite. But that's how I look at it.
Yeah, I can feel that too. Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I understand what you're saying because if it does not evolve, if it's always in the past, we can't evolve. Yeah. So I hear what you're saying. That's a very physiological. I can't think of the word right now. I want to say. I have to look at that, but yeah, and fun. Yeah.
But it's in the same spirit. Yeah, it's all in fun, but also it comes in the real world though, like places like church, for instance. Why do kids be walking out of churches? Because in some old people's heads, like like Walter Hawkins is the best, and you shouldn't be singing nothing beyond Walter Hawkins. Now, we done had 37 number one artists since then, but Walter Hawkins is the Pastor Mike Jr. I don't know nothing about your Kirk Franklins. All I know is Thank You, Lord, the greatest song of all time. And we shouldn't be sick. So now you just said the whole industry just did this. Some people stuck on their pastors because my pastor was the greatest pastor and your pastor been dead for 15 years and you trying to make your new pastor be what your last pastor was because your last pastor was the greatest pastor ever, but your new pastor learned everything they did from the old pastor and then evolved on top of it, but you still stuck on, oh no, he was the greatest ever. And so now in your mind, everything is downhill. And my thing to that is the way that becomes in real world is now that person who is stuck in the past, like holding on to this past thing. What you got the opinion to have, like this was pivotal to me. This was important to me at the season. This was the best at that opportunity to even grow. What are we doing?
They say Harry Belafonte was the greatest male actor of all time. But I'm like,
I would put an argument in for like a Tom Hanks, and it's going across white, black, everybody. Like, I'll put an argument in for Tom.
They said black actor.
I would,
but then you still got Sidney Poitier. You got everybody else, but they were saying he was the great.
But he has such an impact, and so it makes sense. You know, he was so impactful in such a way. But I mean, what about Denzel?
And they said Martin Luther King was the most black influential speaker of all of black ever. Martin Luther King was the most influential black man in the world.
Now,
period.
I would say there's a difference between greatest and most influential. The way I'm describing greatest is a skill level, a talent level, and I think that should always be ever evolving and ever growing. And so if the greatest are way back in history, then you might as well get rid of that industry because it's all downhill from there. Now, most influential is a whole nother thing. Michael Jordan, clearly the most influential person that's ever touched the basketball. Michael Jackson, clearly the most influential person that ever picked up a microphone. I don't know, Muhammad Ali, probably case to be made, most influential person to put gloves on. Eric just be disappearing around about this. Like, what?
Go, Jack. He got a timer. I got to go take my medicine. I got to go. No. I go eat. I feel you. And just
sometimes nature calls when you got to go. You got to go. That's
and Roy Jones and Floyd could have fought at 154 at one point.
Wait, what happened?
I was just saying Roy Jones and Floyd could have fought at 154, but Floyd was scared. Just want to let everybody know. Let me stop saying he wasn't scared. He just chose a different business decision.
Yeah. And that's the other side of it too. Like people get, so going into opinions versus just being arrogant and all that. Like people don't realize this is a business at the end of the day. Like them cats ain't out there just getting their tails whooped just for your entertainment and your purposes. They expect a paycheck for the like it's a job for them. Just like you want a paycheck from your job and you're gonna make a decision. That's why I never understood like when LeBron moved to Miami and they started burning those Cleveland jerseys and stuff like that. I was like, what if somebody was burning your house down because you decided you wanted to take a job opportunity in a city other than Cleveland?
Tough, like people don't put that part about it. It's really serious. Business, family, decisions that they make. We say life is choice driven. Those are some major decisions. It ain't just about going to play basketball all the time.
Like it's a job. It's an industry. Like people gotta. Folks don't think about that. They think that, oh man, he rejected our city or he let our city down. Like, no, he didn't. Your mayor let your city down, nigga. Your councilman let your city down. The basketball player let your city down.
That opportunity to go get another job in Miami that's gonna pay you 3 times
better
more than you was getting paid.
And you've lived in Ohio your whole life too. I mean, that was the other side of it. He was from there. Which I get it, like, so it's like you playing for your home team. I mean, that's a dream. That is a dream. He lived that dream, but at some point, every young person is like, I want to go live somewhere else. Like, I've been in Ohio I don't care how rich you are. If you've been in the same place your whole life, at some point, you're going to be like, yeah, I'm going to go try something else out real quick. Like, and he did that.
I was a big LeBron hater at one point in my life, you know what I mean? Because I did not want him to surpass Michael Jordan. But as I've gotten older, I began to appreciate the career of LeBron James. Yeah, you heard it first right here on Zeke Live in the morning. I appreciate the career of LeBron James. That does not mean I'm saying he's number one in my book. Now, for those that have him number one, I understand why. You will not get the big debate with me anymore. I understand why you may have him at number one now, okay? I don't even argue about it if you have him number one, okay? I only argue now if Kobe is not in your top 10. Then I have something to talk about. But other than that, I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? It's all good.
Hey, there's people who would say Joe Montana, greatest quarterback of all time. In my head, Joe Montana, greatest quarterback of all time. Yeah. But I also know that Tom Brady is. I mean, like
number one. He's the GOAT, guys. Tom Brady.
See, but I would, Joe Montana though. I mean, Joe Montana is Joe Montana though, baby. I mean, like. The golden standard of quarterbacking. Hey, before that, I mean, it was like Joe Namath and all these other, you know what I mean? Like, it was like, people saying Joe Montana wasn't at work. And it was like, but when you really look at it, then Joe Montana left the Niners and Steve Young came through and like surpassed that.
It's easier when you got the number one greatest receiver of all time. Also, I just want to put that out there. Joe Montana had the greatest receiver of all time. Tom Brady did not ever. Maybe 1 year he had it with Randy Moss. Ever the greatest wide receiver in any NFL season. I just want to put that. He was playing with the trash man, the custodian. He played with the cotton candy man, the popcorn. Those were his receivers every year. So he finally got Randy Moss and he broke every record. Come on now. But Joe Montana, that's my only dig on him. He did have the greatest wide receiver of all time on his team.
Tough.
That's it. That's all I got to say. But Joe Montana's great.
Well, that's the same. And then Michael Jordan had some of the best players on his team when he hit his prime. So that would be like saying Michael Jordan was.
He didn't have another All-Star. I don't think.
I'm just saying the argument has to hold. The argument has to hold. That's all I'm saying. Like,
you plug him, Scotty. LeBron had Hall of Famers on his team. All his teams, just about, except when he first got in the league. But he had Hall of Famers on his team to try to win championships every year. Mike, I mean, yeah, Scotty, who's a Hall of Famer, great, and Dennis, he is a Hall of Famer.
Dennis,
yeah, give him Dennis.
Yeah,
but that's true.
Yeah, I'm just saying they had the best team. They still got the record, right? Best team.
No, Golden State.
Or did Golden State take that?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Yeah, yeah.
Although the difference, see, this is another argument. I would still say the Bulls have the better team. Why? Because they actually won the championship when they had the best record. Golden State did not. And that's what gives a little knock to LeBron James. Why? Because LeBron James beat that team. That was the greatest team of all time, statistically. And he came down from 3-1 deficit. So, I will give you that, JC, about LeBron James. Those are some amazing. I appreciate and respect his career. I grew up with this man. It's a great career. Yeah. I love it. And I root for him to go ahead and win as much as he can.
You know what I think it is? People get caught in the nostalgia, though. Like, we like what we like from our era, our music. Like, your music from your years 15 to 25 will always be the greatest music that ever existed. Nothing else is real music. Everything else is whack. Like, TV shows, that's when they made real TV. Back when there was, Chappelle Show was real TV, but my parents were saying, no, Flip Wilson was real TV. And their parents were saying, no, the Amos and Andy Show was real TV. It's always generational based, and these arguments are fun and all that kind of stuff. But it's just when it gets into the real world, and it actually then affects change, and then you start creating gatekeepers in order to maintain the myth, the mythologies that we've created for our favorites. I mean, then it becomes a whole nother thing, and then people start picking apart all the little arguments about whoever because when Michael Jordan's era happened, everybody started picking apart Wilt Chamberlain. Yeah. Well, that's because he was the tallest person there. That's the only reason he could do this. But it's like, who cares? That was his physical thing, and he did what he did with his physicality. Michael Jordan had, we could pick him apart and be like, well, he was just more athletic. He was just stupid at a certain point. Stupid at a certain point.
No, I get that show. Get that crazy, man.
So I'm just saying, y'all be confident in yourselves. Give grace to people who actually do stuff. Yeah. Have your opinion. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with your opinion. But there is something wrong with not being able to take correction. I don't want to make it correction like somebody like, what you need to do is, I don't mean correction like, I don't want to give it a negative connotation. But correction is just setting the course, right? Somebody sees something you're doing. And when you become teachable like that, this is what I've learned. And this has been the only thing that's probably gotten me over. I don't know how talented I actually am, but I do know that the people who have poured into me have all given me a consistent consensus, which is that no, you're easy to be in the room. You're good in the room. Like, you're always willing to learn. You're always there. You pick up things quickly. You do, like now. I say I think I'm pretty talented. I think I got a decent level of talent. I think I can go with some of my faves, but I'm still gonna always look in the room with my favorites and be like, but how did you pull this off? And how did you pull that off? And oh man, I didn't know that you had to fight this struggle. Man, I didn't know you had to, and learning that then only helps me to become better and better and greater and greater. And at some point, you got to have, like you said, Rich, enough cockiness, if you will, enough of confidence that says, no, at this point, I'm now standing fully on the shoulder of my idols, of my icons, of the people I looked up to, my mentors. And once you stand on their shoulders, if you stand on somebody's shoulders, you're higher than they are. Like, so if your idols and stuff die, the whole thing dies with it. Like, so we should be elevating that way. And then somebody ought to come along. I want to be better than my idols. I want to get better than them. I want somebody to look back and say, no, Zeke elevated what Fred did. Zeke elevated what Kirk did. I would love for somebody to come along with that and say on the talent level that happened. But then also 20 years from now, I would love for somebody to come along and be like, man, they elevated what Zeke did. Like, the industry is up. Pride makes us forget.
I was gonna say, I think that even goes back to what he was talking about. How are you receiving that when people even say that about whatever it is? They can say, hey, he's the greatest. Okay, great. Well, he's not the greatest. Or your stuff sucks. Well, how are you taking that? What does that make? Does that stop you from wanting to continue to pursue to become even more greater, to better yourself? Like, what does that do to you? So I think that's important that we kind of deal with that criticism, that will come for those that are going to be in this industry. Because as Zeke and myself and Eric can attest to it, criticism will come. It's part of this. It's part of this journey if you're going to be in it, and if you're unable to handle it, may not be the industry for you. So I think it's always best. You can control it. You can control your own narrative, but you can't control everybody else's narrative because people are going to speak. Now, I'm always learning now to be more wise. My opinion doesn't always have to be spoken. My opinion doesn't always have to be voiced. But I believe that everybody else can't control or will not control what they're going to say at times. It's going to say what they're going to say. Only thing you can do is control how you receive it.
Yes, sir. Well, y'all, this has been good. As we've discovered, Mike Tyson is better than Ali, and LeBron is better than Mike. Joe Montana, unfortunately, is still better than Tom Brady. And Flip Wilson is on better TV than Dave Chappelle could ever dream of. No, I think really all we've discovered this week, to be honest, just to close it out, y'all. The thing that we discovered for this week, I really do want Lock Stars for y'all to take this. Just see what that fine line. I think Rich said something that was real good, something that he learned from somebody. He said, what is that fine line going to be for you between the cockiness and the confidence? Confidence should be the foundation before you even at least attempt to be arrogant or cocky. At least have something to be confident in, something to be cocky in. Don't be somebody who just out here and you just because you're popular, then you think that people really like what you're doing. No, they just like you, And this sometimes what I think is the case for me. People just like me. It's like what I do. They just like me. I'm confident in. So take it, ride the wave, do that. I will say this, Lock Stars, all of y'all have at least one thing to be really, 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 really confident in. Something that you don't have to be cocky about other stuff. You don't have to prove yourself in this area. And whatever that is, keep growing it. Keep doing it. That might be the very anointing God put on you for this world, if I can go churchy, for such a time as this. Then so feed into that. Praise the Lord. Ask, what do I have to be confident in? And you might not even need it. Most of us don't really need prayer for that. You know who you are. You know what you got. You know what you can do. Now what you need to be praying is, Lord, help me operate in that. Help me walk in that. Help me be in that. And I would hope that would be your prayer for today and the cocky to that degree. That's the way Rich was talking about it. I like that. But like the kind of arrogance that keeps you out of room, keeps you out of spaces, keeps you from growth. The less reason you have to be that when you lean into the things that you can be confident in, because then you'll start to find your vibe and you'll start to find your tribe, and all will be all right. I got bars today. I can be confident in my bars. I tell y'all what, let's do our round table. I know everybody got some good stuff. Eric got back just in time for the round table. There you go. I'll throw it to him first, and then we'll be praise for us and all that stuff like that, and gives us a good word. So you go ahead and do your round table. Let the people know.
I'll make it really quick because I have an interview to do with somebody in a second. Thank you guys for joining. And my opinion is this: if you're good at what you do, you're good at what you do. Be careful. I've been called arrogant a lot of times, but it's all about how you carry yourself. Always be able to be taught. Don't be so good at what you do that you can't learn anything on top of that. That makes you stagnant and keeps you in a certain place. Hey, this week, let's try something different. Be kind to somebody, share love of God with somebody. Invest in yourself this week. Read about what you do. Learn about whatever your craft is. Explore your gift, man. You know what I mean? Hopefully we said something today that was good for you. I know some funny stuff, in all seriousness. We appreciate you guys tuning in every day. What I have to say, what Zeke has to say, what Rich has to say, the other young lady that's on here from time to time has to say, Rhonda, what she has to say. We appreciate you guys. Remember, God loves you. Jesus gave all for you. Give all to him. I'm going to hand it over to this generation's CD Jakes.
What's wild is calling Rhonda out and then saying Jesus loves you. Rhonda shots fired.
Oh, it did come off like that. That's not what I meant, Rhonda. I was just in general. Rhonda is loved by the Lord and some other people. So, Rhonda, my apologies. I didn't mean it like that. Actually,
We know
I
you
did
love
kind of mean
Rhonda.
like that since you said it. That was kind of funny. So now I do own that. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Wow. Confidence, y'all. There it is right there. Rich Holmes, go ahead and give the people a little something to take with them on this motivated Monday.
Monday is a great Monday to be alive. So I'm glad to see each and every last one of y'all, whether you in the comments, whether you like it, whether you subscribe. We appreciate you. We notice you. Thank you so much. This has been a great time. This even gave me a great time to talk about the Beauty Network. Oh my goodness, we have a sports show that's going to be airing starting in the month of September. If you are a host, if somebody that want to be about, that want to come on and just talk about sports, talk about your favorite highlights, whatever it is that we do with sports and entertainment, I want you to go ahead and email me at viewetnetwork@gmail.com. What an amazing story. Let me tell you guys something. I have been reading this book talk about the gifts of imperfection. Yeah, the gifts of imperfection. So many times we strive just to be perfect in everything that we do. This is a book and it has prayers in it. It also gives you practical principles as well. And it's amazing. So I'm going to share some of this from you today. This is a prayer for humility and genuine confidence. Wow, right on time, right? It says, Father God, we come before you today, seeking your guidance and wisdom in a world that often blurs the lines between confidence and arrogance. Help us to embrace a spirit of humility with this. Grant us the self-awareness to recognize our strengths. Wow, that's amazing. Without overshadowing others with our pride. May we celebrate our accomplishments while remembering that our worth is rooted in your love. That's one thing we must remember. God gives us this confidence. God gives us these gifts, but it's rooted in the foundation of his love and what he wants you to do for his kingdom. Let me continue. Lord, help us to build each other up. Wow, it's not about tearing each other down. It's about building each other up rather than tear each other down. Make our hearts be open to constructive feedback and our minds be willing to learn. Instill in us the courage to be confident, but the grace to remain humble, that our actions reflect both our abilities and our love for you and others. Wow, what an amazing time. God, we thank you for this time of coming together. We speak blessings on these people, the lock stars, the people of faith, people of victory, people of success, people of just making another day. We just give you glory. We keep us, help us to stay motivated, help us stay renewed, and help us to keep our confidence in you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Like I always say, life is choice driven. You will live and die by the choices you choose to make. AP Rich got a hint for you. Choose life.
Hey, thank you for that, Rich Holmes. Uh-oh. I can get my own screen back up would be good. There we go. There you go. I was trying to do too many things at once. Hey, y'all, what a great, amazing way to end the first show of the week. And what a great first show. Thank y'all so much to my host, Rich Holmes, Eric Rideout. What a great episode. What a great day. I'm sure that prayer went to heaven. Shout out to Miss Ursula Ellis with the double amen. And let's see here. Mama says, great start for the week. There it is, y'all. There it is. Great start for the week. And JC, my cousin, says, glad I caught the show. Y'all are always entertaining and a good first watch of the day. That's, like I said, a great way to start your day, y'all. It's a great way to start your day. And it is so important that we start on a positive note. That's why we start this show the way we do. Mama Pastor Cynthia Cohen says, great conversation starting out this magnificent Monday. There's one for the lexicon. Magnificent Monday. And let's add these other ones to the lexicon right there. She always recaps them for us, and that's been really cool. These traditions that just started out of nowhere are amazing to me. The Monday affirmations that you can take with you. It's motivation. Manifest, make it make sense Monday, money Monday, making it happen Monday, moving forward Monday. And for somebody it's a little hot, it might be musty Monday, just a little musty, just a little bit, but that's all right. Showers are your portion and God is a cleanser. He will clean you. Won't he make you clean?
Inside.
Outside. Some of y'all need to be clean outside. Some of y'all need to go outside to get clean because you're bad. You're bad. Just bad. All bad. But musty Monday for somebody. And then And then Magnificent Monday, whatever it is, make it a Magnificent Monday. Y'all, this is...
And we know for that be around.
Yeah, Musty Monday. Some people that's musty. It's just y'all gonna run across at least 3 musty people today.
Monday when we mention people's names. No, mention Monday.
Everybody tag a musty person. We'll see y'all tomorrow.
In the comments.
Tag a musty person. Let them know we still love even them. Way of life. It's just.
But you know, they don't believe some.
That's why that some of them ain't got cancer, because some of these deodorants y'all be using with these antiperspirants with the aluminum and stuff in it be causing cancers and stuff later on. So I don't know. Maybe there's something to being musty. Maybe that's what God wanted. Matter of fact, I'm going to go take a shower in a minute, but I think I'm going to go let my wife.
Yeah, you said women like the natural musty smell of a man.
Women love the natural musty smell of a man. And with that, I am complete. We'll see y'all tomorrow. We gotta hurry up and get off here for Cheeks Live in the morning. Get on and leave a comment. So let's see. I'm gonna make a motion. The motion is that women love the smell of a musty man. Does anyone second the motion? Well, the ayes have it. And so nobody mad but the devil, as my granddaddy was